God bless you. Right. Well, Randy's down to 3 now. See? And my computer's acting, I'm almost have to reboot it.
Well, I just went out to mail out the invites, and I clicked on to where I put people's names in there, and it put everybody in my address book on there. It's like 67 different addresses. Like, what the hell?
See, and where did I go?
And
It's,
you know how you can usually drag and take it off?
yeah,
Nope, nope, nope.
yeah, mine got back to a launch meeting. I don't even have y'all on it. I'm gonna have to reboot probably. Says I'm a co-host. There you go, I'm back. I don't know what happened. My screen went off.
Who knows?
That's like yesterday. John and I were flying, and I'm about 600 feet away, and he fires up the Avata 2, and my whole screen glitches. I got all pixelated. I couldn't see anything. And that's the issue they're having with the Avata 2, since it's 60 megahertz. When it fires up, it affects everybody with 60 megahertz. They don't make sense. They're gonna have to fix that.
Good afternoon. Good morning.
Morning, David. Laura.
We had a spectacular thunderstorm last night.
Was it proper?
Yeah, a real good one. Unfortunately, I found that my proper eye is not in the right location for thunderstorms.
Well, you do know why it had a thunderstorm, right? Because Laura's coming home and to make sure the batteries don't get charged.
Yeah. My mum's on her way.
Blame it on Laura.
Yeah. My mum's on the way back to Basildon, and Laura and her dad are just packing up. And I've done what Justin said.
Oh, you got rid of Laura?
No.
Uh,
You said if I need help, blink. So look at my background.
Okay. I'll be there in no time.
it was a long time, right?
Call the authorities in the meanwhile, in the meantime.
Yeah, because it's gonna take a couple of weeks.
Yeah, Laura said she was first.
Yeah, she's first, all right.
That's what David always says. In fact, I think privately David refers to her as his queen.
What the hell have you been watching?
I've heard you say my queen.
He's got other words
Yeah,
for her.
but she passed away, the Queen.
No, your queen.
My Queen is
The reason for your Total existence.
No, that's these. And my queen is in the food bowl. Star. No, that's not Star. Oh, I don't know where she is. Must be sleeping somewhere. Or chewing something.
I bet Laura will be glad to get back to home.
Well, she might. But one of the flats that's similar to ours across the way, they put a new kitchen in, and when they moved the cupboard, one of the cupboards, they disturbed a load of dust, so they got some expert in to look at it. Turns out it's asbestos, and they disturbed. So yeah, if I disappear, it's because the council guy's here to inspect our kitchen. Could all be moved.
Wow.
I think they have to put you up somewhere if there's asbestos, I think.
Okay. Yeah, they can't dig it out while you're there.
Yeah. Especially if it's loose.
I don't know why I am so tired. And I slept so good last night.
Must not have slept well.
Yeah,
I must not have.
But did you, if you had a good night last night, the question is, the last couple of weeks, have you had bad nights?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. You'll always find that when you've had a good night's sleep after a couple of bad nights, you'll always be tired.
Or it could be just because he's old. I mean,
But
That's
he's not
probably
old.
what it is. Or no, and I'm not going to say anything. I'm not even going to flip you off because you're probably right.
yeah.
Like
Try to get
Johnny,
the
when Johnny went into the state park, he was on the phone with me trying to find a place. And he walks up, he drives up to the guy. He says, "Yeah, can I help you?" He says, "Yeah, I'm over here. I'm free." It's free for 62. He goes, "Yeah, I'm over 62." Oh man. I flew that flight at the state park, the Riverside. That's where when you get high enough, you can see the river's like a snake. It just keeps going back and forth. And I've flown that thing about maybe 3, 4 times
Morning,
where
Matt.
I've looked at it.
Hey,
But the trees out there today were crazy. Or yesterday were crazy. They looked real good. Look at that. This live stream expert, Randy's in the house.
Who? What?
The Randy's in the house. Live stream expert. He had like 3 going on this morning.
Oh,
Or 4.
really? How the hell do you run 3 streams?
And I would say hello to Gitchy, but she's AI. She already knows I was going to.
Hey, Gitchy, how you doing? How's everything going with you? Are you home or are you across the pond?
Yeah, so Laura got all the way to the hospital because they were supposed to be transferring her mum this afternoon later on, and they got there just in time.
Oh, so they started transporting her right away.
Yep. They're moving
So
around.
how far a drive is it to Transporter?
About 4 hours. It's not going to be as bad because when she was really unwell, they had to transport her. So they drove within 3 miles of local hospitals, along the way. But because she's getting better, they can just drive down. I've got a zebra finch that's answering a reversing van. And Rio and Bluey are in the other room playing around. Hello, Bluey. Bye, Bluey.
How's Bluey been doing?
Oh, God.
Oh.
They've learned to proper fight now, and they throw the wings out like they're throwing proper punches. Literally standing on each other and holding each other down and flicking the wings at each other. And
Do they fight
What
very
the-
often?
yeah, play fighting. I hope.
You hope. That's a good word.
I don't know because you've all seen the video of Rio dunking Bluey down the back of the cage.
Yep.
That's mild compared to what happens now.
Wow.
And I've noticed when they sit on the big perch up here, Bluey's always on the edge, so Rio can just walk up to him and kick him off.
Wow.
Hey, Gitchy, you just rock out, my dear, and everything is good, pretty for the most part here. It looks like it's going to be a sunny day today, but it's chilly. It's 50 degrees out, and
Sonny, what the hell is that?
is what it is. We got
It's always
rain
this.
coming tomorrow, as you well know.
They told us yesterday we was going to get 27 days of nice weather. Unfortunately, it started off with a thunderstorm and been grey ever since.
Well, there's some people I think that like thunderstorms, isn't there?
I don't
Yeah,
mind
Dominic.
thunderstorms. The only problem is my flat is badly located because the other flats block the lightning. You can just see the flashing off the building. But when it bloody rumbles, because it echoes through the alleyways and that, Jesus. One of them, I thought the building were going to collapse.
Yeah, Randy still got three live streams going.
He does.
Yeah, he's got to go home and get into his YouTube studio and delete all of them. I told you going live from them drones is a pain in the ass. Everybody seems to have nothing but problems with those things. Trying to do the live streams on them. Especially using that prism, man.
So
It
David,
holds you, it holds you prisoner.
Well, that
Yeah,
prism seems to be
prism.
very glitchy. Some people
Yes,
seem
Joe.
to have use it fine, but
Well, I would imagine it's like anything else, Justin. If you're used to using it and you're good at it, there isn't any problems. But when you're new at something and you try to do it, forget it.
Well, they're taking this asbestos seriously. They brought 2 big trailers with asbestos removal systems written on the side.
So David, you talk about
Uh,
fighting. I left
Randy's
here
like, really?
yesterday.
I got 3 of them going?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
every
left
time
it-
he... Oh, God.
Go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, go.
I was gonna say, every time he left one and he reconnected, it started a new live stream. I noticed
I-
it.
I left here yesterday to go fly with Johnny. And my son was in the bed sleeping, right? He said he heard Cleo and Loki go at it, where they were fighting a little bit. And he said he thought it was going to stop, and it started getting worse. He said he came out, and against where the hallway is, all the way in the corner, Tino was laying there. Loki and Cleo were on top of Tino fighting, with Tino sitting there, didn't know how to get away from him. There was white hair all over the place where she was pulling hair off of him. Like that. He said, so he just got up and he got dressed and left. You know. He said, but they were going to it. Hey Justin, you're gonna like this. I went to the post office yesterday, turned in my keys to the PO box that they want $91 for 6 months. And I put down 16 years ago, put down a $25 deposit, right? Might have been longer than that. And so she said, yeah, you're getting a refund. Fill out this. So I filled it out. She gives me $2. I said, what's $2 for? She goes, they charge you $1 a key on a deposit. I said, I put a 25 deposit down. She goes, well, I have no way to go back to look. Like that. I said, well, y'all got me anyway. You know, like that, right? And I said, I need to get a change of address. She gives me the change of address. I come home, I look at it. The only word on here in English is Puerto Rico.
What the hell?
Only word on English with English is Puerto Rico. And do I look Spanish? You know?
Well, wait, hold on. Not Puerto Rico, Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican, yeah.
Well, whatever it is. That's the only thing that I could read on the whole damn thing.
That's pretty much Spanish, I mean, for the most part.
Yeah. Oh, wait, solo too. But no, it's not even solo because it got a little asterisk above it.
What did I do this
I looked
morning,
at
Joe?
it. I said, hey, morning, Lance.
What did I do
What?
this morning?
Got up.
It looks like a Bada too.
First time without a crash.
Well, you're learning. About time you learn how to fly.
I know.
Well, you keep tuning in, and Joe will help you learn.
I'm sure
I
he
had to
will.
I had to get that coffee out of my mouth because I was about to spit it.
I'll be back.
Got my
Okay.
case yesterday.
Oh,
Later,
you
Dave.
got your face. All right.
It smells gross inside. It smells like factory. But I have to see how everything fits.
Well,
I'm not going to get.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to get the sticks.
I'm not going to get them either.
No reason to get them if I'm never going to fly it, right?
Well, I like flying with the sticks, but the motion control is just so much smoother.
Yeah. And I think what I need to do is change the motion controller to left-handed, because you can do that.
Okay.
And I'm left-handed.
They don't know how to run sports franchises. They don't know anything about.
So
Yeah.
I'll look into doing that.
Morning,
First time
Mark.
I flew with head tracking, flew around the lighthouse. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Well,
barely have probably 5 batteries into the Avata 2 so far. So.
Yeah. Well, I have a project for you.
Okay.
When you're flying and you barely clip something, look at how the drone reacts to it. Because when I flew the first day and it was in beginner mode, when I couldn't figure out how to get out of it, and I just barely touched that bench. It just all of a sudden went into sport mode. I saw the S kick in on the screen, and then it did like a 360 backwards and took off backwards. And then
Huh.
yesterday, I barely touched the pole. Barely. I mean, I didn't even know I hit it. Barely touched the pole, and it did a complete 360, a 180, and went spinning backwards in sport mode.
Okay. I'll look at my goggles because I've hit many things.
Yeah.
And I'll see if it pops it into sport. But I know that it goes cattywampus when it hits something. Like you said, it turns and, it's trying to recover. And,
Yeah, but
it's,
and I didn't even I barely touched it. It was like I brushed it,
okay. Yeah. Okay. I will look into that and see.
Yeah,
Try to hit
that's
something
dangerous.
Try to hit something on purpose. That's going to be hard. Hitting something
Yeah.
on accident.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to hit it yesterday. I was going through a play thing like you got, and I was going underneath the slide between two poles. And when I came out, the other pole was a little further out, and I didn't even realize it. And like I said, I don't have a mark on the drone. I barely touched it.
Wow.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So, Paul, you fly the ships yet?
Yeah, I flew a tug barge this morning.
Okay. Is that the one where the tug is attached to the ship in the back?
Yep, exactly.
And does that ever disconnect and then kind of tow it around, like push it into dry dock and stuff, or a dock?
On Friday, May 3rd at 10:45 a.m.
Good morning, everybody.
But
Good morning, Mark.
I just got a call reminding me of my follow-up appointment at the doctor's. Oh boy.
My daughter comes home for the summer on Tuesday. She is so looking forward to it. Driving
Paul?
driving by a marina.
Lance?
Good morning.
They start in summer break now when we're only just into spring.
I know, but colleges over here, if you start in August, you get out in May.
Our
Justin, you
summer
still there?
break, our summer break here is they get part of July and all of August off.
Yeah, this is college. I work until the 20th, 22nd or 21st of June this year, which is way too late.
Yeah, they only get they get 6 weeks off at summer. Well, that's because they get all the extra ones. They get 2 weeks at Easter, 2 weeks at Christmas, then a week for each half term, so they get 3 weeks there as well. So they get a lot of time off altogether, but it's split up.
oh, Randy figured out how to live stream. Cool.
Well,
What's up,
I've
Randy?
been knowing how to live stream. It's getting it to end. Look, see right here? It says live.
Uh-huh.
If I go into Prism, it says live stream ended. And there's no way I can end this stream unless I totally delete it. That makes no sense. I already had I deleted the other two where I started one and it disconnected.
Go to your content in your YouTube studio. Do you see a little live, like, kind of looks like a Wi-Fi button next to it?
Yeah.
Okay, click that. And then it should say in live stream at the top.
All right, hold on. Can you see my screen?
Okay, go to content.
Channel content.
All right, click click
Okay.
that. And then it should say end stream up top. You see up in the top corner?
right-hand corner.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Did you
That's
hear that?
what I do, Randy. That's what I do.
appreciate the help. Yeah,
That's how
I start.
Oh,
Good.
God. I was gonna say, you
Nice.
can watch your live stats on there while you're live too.
Okay. Yeah, I started the stream when I was on location, and like if I don't know, if I opened up more than 2 apps, it kept like kicking the stream out. So I went back in and restarted it, and I didn't see an option to rejoin the current stream. So I guess it restarted the new one all 3 times.
Yeah, sometimes you'll get live streams that'll glitch like that.
But now at least now I know how to end it. I appreciate that.
Yep. But like I said, when
Did
you're
you-
live too, you can actually watch your live stats there. It'll give you like second by second updates on everything.
Okay.
Did you lot hear that StreamYard had been sold out again?
Nope. Who bought it?
Not sure.
Yeah, that's what Bill was saying last night.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully they make some changes because whoever was running before, I mean, they hardly ever did any upgrades or anything to it.
Was Hoffer the one that owned it before and they've now sold it, or is Hoffer the one that bought it? I can't remember now.
Jimmy's dead.
Not that Hoffa.
Oh,
He's dead. When did they find his body?
Yeah, that's true. Randy's got a point.
I guess you could state he's missing, but I think the coroner signed off on a death certificate.
Yeah, I think you're right. But this still hasn't been proven that he's actually physically dead.
No, and where his body, what they did with his body, they don't know.
I think his body is in the ocean.
Well, the one guy, what's his name on YouTube? He's an ex-mafia boss. He actually does YouTube videos now. And he was talking about how his dad and them were involved in that, and he said he knows where Hoffa's body is, and the only clue he'd give is that it's wet. That's all he would say.
Yeah, I think
but this guy is legit. Everybody knows this dude was an ex-mafia boss. Like, he's not lying.
And how old would he be today? 120? 130?
Who?
Jimmy Hoffa?
Yeah.
He'd be like 80.
He'd be in his
Oh, is
80s
that
or
all?
90s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thought he's older than that.
But the guy that said that, I can't think of his name, but he was, like I said, he's a legit ex-mafia boss.
That was the sure talk of the town, wasn't it? Where
Are
is
the
Jimmy
three?
Hoffa?
Are the three dudes in Alcatraz still alive that escaped?
I don't know.
Or how about the dude that jumped out of a plane in Portland?
Oh yeah, with all the money.
Yeah.
Lance, you're right. Jimmy Hoffa would be like 111.
See, I told you, clowns. Oh, I mean,
Hey, well, I'm not that old. I don't remember him. Just from what I heard.
he was a gangster back in the day.
He was a teamster, wasn't he? Like a labor
A gangster.
Yeah, he was a gangster, but he also wasn't he head of the UAW, not the UAW,
Yep.
Teamsters or something.
Yeah, he was a union guy, wasn't
Yeah.
He was a union leader. Paul, so
Yeah.
I heard you got in some hot water with the FAA.
he?
No, I didn't get any hot water with the FAA.
I heard
they called and wanted to track one of my drones and asked for some information, and I turned around and looked it all up and found the file because I keep files on all my drones, and I found who I sold it to and where it went and what year and date it was. And
So why did they want to know what happened to your drone?
he didn't tell me.
I wouldn't have gave him no information.
Oh, I don't want my name associated with anything that drone now is used for or was
Right,
used.
but that's like if you sell a car and somebody does something with the car and they come asking you questions, it has nothing to do with you.
Well, I always, when I went to college for police administration, and so I always kind of side with that.
No, I get it. You don't want them to have a reason to start digging into you for anything.
No, especially, I
That's what
fly
she
so
said.
close to the border and everything.
Yeah, my dad's car ages ago got stolen and used in a ram raid, and the police got in touch with him about it. And eventually they found it burnt out with his golf club still in the boot.
Yeah, I had it for about a year. I bought it in 2018 and I sold it in September 2019.
And you sold it to the suspect in question?
Yes,
Yeah.
because
The
I even
suspect in
have
question.
I even have a copy of the shipping.
That's still weird though. Like why would they want to know who sold it to them?
Well, other than this, here's my speculation is that he may have been flying it and never re-registered it on his own.
That's true. That's true.
It
It could have been registered to you when they looked up the serial number.
exactly.
Well, you probably deleted it from your account.
Oh yeah,
so
it's deleted,
you were
but it's still part of the record.
right. You were the last person that had it.
Well, my question is this: what drone
But
was
if
it?
you Mavic 2 Enterprise,
Does that have automatic remote ID? Because if it doesn't,
Well, no, I think that they have a hands-on on that drone, and they found me by searching the serial number in the database that was registered to me at one time. Now maybe if he's passed it around, maybe it's I'm not the only person they called, but
they could also be checking if they got all his drones. They could be checking serial numbers, make sure none of them were stolen.
yeah.
That's a good point too.
Yeah, they could be doing that.
I'm confused because I thought one of the last videos he put out, he said that they just wanted him to follow the rules and it seemed like everything was going to work out. And then the next thing I hear that he's banned from owning drones or flying drones altogether.
Yeah, because they caught another flight of his in April.
Okay.
After that.
And he
So
never posted.
no, apparently on April the 8th, he did another flight, which was with his Mavic 3 that was out of visual line of sight.
I think they were tracking him through the remote ID is what they were doing.
Right.
Or
right.
they had a private investigator following them. I wouldn't put it past it because Social Security does that all the time for insurance fraud and stuff and disability fraud. They actually hire private investigators that are not government employees to follow people if they think that they're milking the system. So would not surprise me at all. What's up, Gitchy?
Yeah, he hasn't had any live streams for the last 2 weeks.
No, didn't go on Tuesday.
I can imagine he's probably pretty down in his spirits.
Yeah. Well, he had a court case last Thursday, which was supposed to be the last court case where they gave the decision. But because he did this other flight at the beginning of April, the decision changed.
Yeah, you kind of shot yourself in the foot with that one.
Yeah,
did.
The thing of it is if you want to do things on the edge, there's always chance you're going to fall off the edge. And he was warned, and I like Mike, but he was warned, and he just, I'll do what I want to do,
I agree. I think he didn't grasp the seriousness of the situation.
Well, that's
Because
pretty bad though, cause I mean, it's the federal government.
yeah, no doubt.
If I was in his place, dude, I would have never fucked with him. I would have been like, okay, you know, unless I was like a multi-millionaire and I could afford a lawyer just to put the middle finger up to the government, that'd be one
Right.
thing. But yeah,
He
that's the
should have
only way
just
you're taking the government on is if you got money.
yeah.
Yeah,
He should have started a new channel. After they first came after him, he should have deleted his channel and just started a new one.
Even if we put all our money together, we wouldn't have enough money to take on the government.
No, because
Speak
look
for
at all,
yourself.
look at all the high profile cases and they lose them. And they've
Well-
got like lawyer fees of millions of dollars.
Look at Trump. He's got billions and he's still
He's still
you know what I
hell.
mean?
Yeah.
He's still playing hell to get through those cases.
Yeah.
If they want you, they're going to get you. Come hell or high water, they're going to get you.
Yep.
I don't think Mikey did any favors by having Bruce on his live stream pushing at him.
Well, that's the thing is usually behind the scenes, there's always somebody that pushes the defendant further and further down the path, you know?
Yep.
Because
makes sense.
Bruce is definitely anti-establishment, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and
at the same time, you're your own man, so you do.
Yeah, I feel, you know, everybody I think feels sorry for Mikey, but it just is what it is, you know? There's any one of us that can do a thing about it and just hope for the best and it'll
Now
it'll all play out in the courts and in life.
hopefully he appeals the decision.
I mean, he was kind of complying. He was trying to do his part 107 like they wanted him to.
Well, he wasn't. He said he was, but he didn't register with anybody that he was helping him. In other words, like you can sign up for different things to learn the 107. He had no.
Yeah, no. Eric Edrong was helping him.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's that one flight on the 8th. I think that pretty much sealed his fate.
Yeah, because from basically what I was taking from the court paperwork that I saw online was that the other shows were bringing up was something about seizing all his drones and he's prohibited from flying ever again. Like as of now, I don't know if they put like it. It didn't look like they put any kind of like limit on it. It said like 5 years or something like that. But it's not uncommon for the courts to do shit like that. Like, you know, if you get in trouble for hacking, they'll tell you can't even own a computer. You know what I'm saying? If you get caught even playing on a computer or doing anything, you get thrown back in prison, you know?
I think I mean he did poke the bear, but I feel it's a little excessive and I think they're trying to send a message.
Well, you know, and I kind of said that the other day that I was kind of in this debate about I thought it was a little unfair that they go after him for line of sight issues, but
Yeah.
there's other big channels that are clearly promoting range tests where they're going 2-3 miles out with these drones and they've done hundreds of videos and nobody's ever said
Yep.
anything to them.
Yeah, I was just watching one this morning of the Avata 2 range test.
Yep.
With Dustin.
Yep.
But he's not the only one though. I mean,
No,
there's
he's
ton-
not. Like Ken had a
And
video
then-
where he was flying over the city around buildings with the Avata 2
Mhm.
at nighttime. At nighttime at that.
Like I said, it is what it is. I mean, I guess he made himself stick out more than others, but still, it should be. I mean, obviously they're not watching YouTube that well, otherwise they'd be finding all kinds of shit. So,
I mean, yeah, Dad Random, he goes flying up that mountain. You definitely can't see it when it's up there.
I mean, the guy that I got into it a couple years ago with, about 3 years ago, on TikTok, he was living in the city next to me, And I got into it with him over because he was flying his drone and he was literally hovering 15 feet over homeless people and over just regular people in their front yards and stuff and harassing the shit out of them. And he actually had a segment called what was it? Uh bum following or something like that. And he was following homeless people around and pissing them off, like going over homeless encampments, and then he was like hovering over their heads and going up and down and right over top of their head with the camera down. And I got into
Yeah,
it with her. Yeah, he had a whole segment and everything, and then all of a sudden his channel disappeared off of TikTok. I didn't agree with that at all. It's like, dude, you're out there literally harassing people.
Yeah,
Like
that's a little much.
and it wasn't even just homeless people. He was doing it over playgrounds with kids and all kinds of shit. This dude was just
Yeah.
being completely reckless with his drone. And the dumbass fucking on 2 or 3 of his films, he fucking flies right into his house and you can see his address and everything. I'm like, you fucking idiot, dude. One of the videos he did, he was flying down the road, caught him, flew right by the street sign. You can see the street, what street he was on, and then he flew down the road and then flew right in front of his house and an address with him in the video, hovering right in front of his address.
I mean, even Billy Kyle, he's done stuff like that as well. When he lost his Avata at Red Rock in Vegas, that was out of line of sight, wasn't it?
Well, and then there was that whole controversial video.
It took him ages to walk to get it.
What was that video that him and Ken did with the Mavic 3 where they flew it like 6 miles or 8 miles or something? Remember
Yeah,
that
and
one?
yeah, and he asked him not to be in the video, and Ken still put it up anyway.
It wasn't Billy that actually won the fly in it though?
I think so.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So they're trying to do
It's
shit
okay.
that's not 100% legal, but
Oh,
they're just not wanting to film it.
Ethics has a lot to do with it. You know, if somebody asks you not to use it, and then even if you shot it like Billy Kyle shot it, knowing that, and then somebody else puts it online, there's quite a trail there.
Yep.
Well, to me, that's being a little sketchy to a certain extent because you're wanting to do it, but you're not wanting anybody to film the evidence. Pretty much is what that seemed like.
I mean, when you look at it, pretty much every video that's pulled by an FPV flyer is flown out of line of sight, and there's none of them have a spotter with them. They're all on their own.
That line of sight rule is kind of, I mean, I get it, but my opinion, my take on line of sight is you should be able to see the area in which your drone is in, so that you can tell if anything enters the area. Because 500 feet out, I can't see the damn thing. So
And that's true,
Yeah.
especially like a Mini too, man, or a Mini. You can't see them fucking things more than 1,000 feet
It's-
away. They disappear
No.
into the sky.
It's even worse over here.
but if
They've actually put in our rules that you have to be able to see which direction it's pointing, not just see where it is.
that's damn near impossible.
Exactly.
See, what I consider line of sight is if I'm looking on the controller and I can see from the landmarks where it's at in the sky, and I can see that area to tell if anything's coming in. That to me is line of sight.
You should be able, that's what I agree to.
Yeah, a
Now,
lot
I
of
understand.
I've
we
always
need,
said
we need to
that.
put you in charge. We need to put you in charge of the
Yeah.
FAA because I agree.
You mean Randy?
Randy, I
Yeah.
mean, sorry, Randy.
And not you, Justin, you know, no
I'll-
way.
No, if I was
I'll take that job.
no, if I was FAA, I would immediately get Lance. Just Lance, nobody else.
There you
I mean,
Now,
Ron
he
Brown's
has
going to be
something about
Ron Brown's going to be able to fly further. Now he's just had his cataracts done. He'll be able to see further.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people have said that about line of sight, though, that it's understandable, but at the same time, it's stupid, like, cause it's just not really possible unless you're so close to your drone, you know? Which in
Yeah,
certain cases, like a lot of times, like when Donald shoots, you know, a lot of times his drone isn't that far from him, probably, you know, 100 yards, maybe a couple hundred yards at the most. Whereas there's some people that might, you know, do other jobs where they got to go a lot farther out and they might not be able to see it the entire time.
Well, the only time you can get away with being out of visual line of sight is if you're doing something where the drone is doing an automated trip. Then you don't have to be able to see it. But that was mainly because it was for people tracking themselves from behind where they can't see it. But the way they worded it was that any automated flight was allowed beyond visual line of sight.
Let me show you guys what Canada has. Share screen. Here. Window.
Canada doesn't have a visual line of sight rule, I don't think.
Let me show you what they have. Share. You guys see the screen?
Yeah.
Yep.
It says advanced pilot certification holders can perform extended VLOS operations and sheltered operations by
Yep.
following the proposed optional rules such as. So they have sheltered operations, which I think we need.
We need that.
You know, so
Yeah.
sheltered operations basically is, hey, you have two buildings that are 400 feet tall and you're 200 feet from, they're 200 feet from each other. You can fly between those two buildings without being able to see your drone. That's what that rule is basically saying.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because
sheltered
an
insofar as it's you're
an airplane is
flying below the highest point that an aircraft would be able to fly over.
Correct. So an airplane's not going to fly through there.
No.
So you're safe, you know, so basically you're safe.
Yeah, but airplanes flying through there, we got a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Yes.
yeah.
Do any of you guys remember, it was like several years ago, where somebody was flying a long range, like in a city area, and they got in trouble for it because they tried, the argument was that he had spotters along the way that had radios and all kinds of stuff.
Ken Heron did that.
Okay.
Well,
Whatever became of that issue, do you know?
I don't know, but it was illegal because the spotter has to be physically stood next to you.
Exactly.
You cannot use radio. You
Yeah,
can't
they were
use
using radios and they had
binoculars.
them,
You can't do anything.
They had them on the ground like several miles apart. Yeah.
So so you can't have a spotters positioned like you have one 300 yards out, one 600. You can't do that and have radios to talk to them.
No.
Billy Kyle did a range test with the Air 3. He went 12 miles with somebody in a car following it.
Yeah.
With a radio.
Yeah,
so
but
that's
he was in the car with it so that he could see it at all times. He was flying it from the car while they were following it. And it wasn't a range test from the radio. It was a range test to see how far it would fly on a battery.
okay. I had to go back and watch it again. I could have swore he was on the ground, but he probably
I didn't think he
might
was
have
in the car. I thought he was.
I didn't think he was
I thought he
either.
was. I thought they went a couple of friends in the car chasing it, and he was just flying it.
No, he was
Yeah, 'cause-
actually following
Yeah, he
it.
was sitting in the back seat, right?
Yeah, I don't remember that. I thought he was by
And the
himself.
other, with there was three of them in the car. I understood. I could be wrong, but I understood there was a driver that was watching traffic. There was a spotter that was sitting in the passenger seat that was able to keep an eye out, and Billy was in the back with the controller.
Yeah. See, I don't think we're talking about the same one.
Oh, Ken was in the back. Yeah, not Billy.
Well, that might have been Ken, but Billy, if I remember right, he was in one place while it was like a desert area and they were
Right.
going out. And then
maybe it was
there was
different.
another night
Yeah.
flight that Greg Pilot Institute put on that a mile away they had people on a building and they were flying from one building to another a mile away and they were seeing when they could see the strobes.
Yeah, that's right. Testing whether they could see the strobes at
Yeah,
3
and
miles.
they didn't have spotter.
They were on a what's it? They were on a.
Yeah, he had a
know.
spotter on each side like that. But once it got in the middle and
they
they
were on
lost
the top
it,
of a car park or something. Yeah.
Now, Randy, I tell you, I was flying the Mavic 3 a while back, and I was 900 feet away doing a hyperlapse, and I
Right.
could see it. I could actually see the drone. That shocked me.
Yeah, that's pretty far. Yeah, see here, he's standing there and he's 44,000 feet out with the drone.
Yeah,
And he's standing next to the van.
yeah, he
right
was
here.
standing out there while he was flying.
So that to me is the same thing, in essence.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he never got a phone call.
Yeah,
He
didn't
might
get one.
he might have, but
They were mesmerized by his eyebrows.
Probably the worst thing that ever happened was OcuSync. When we were on wireless, we were limited to about 300 yards.
What?
Hey, Paul, I told you that we're doing construction here right now, right? The downstairs apartments, everybody downstairs has about a 2-foot patio. Then they have about another 3-foot that it goes out that had a little strip of dirt that people used to plant things in and everything like this. So the apartments got a hair up their ass. So what they did now, they're going around to all the bottom apartments and taking the wall down and moving the wall back to the edge of the concrete. So now you're losing 3 feet of your patio. It looks stupid. It's flat to the side of the building.
Really?
Oh, I mean, it's my son said, imagine living here all these years and you lose 3 feet of your patio.
3 feet's 3 feet.
I'm telling you, I'd be telling I need to take. We'd have to give me a refund or something.
Yeah, that's enough place to put your grill.
Yeah, they don't want any grilling or nothing like that. That's what they're doing it for. They don't want anybody grilling or anything.
Wait for
They
it.
had some.
Wait
They had somebody
for it.
grilling at another one and caught the place on fire.
Well, we keep on moaning that you've got like 10 times the amount of power that we can use, which means that your signals are better than ours by a long way. The way things are going, I can see the FAA saying, right, well, we'll drop down to the CAA's power and you won't be able to fly it as far.
That's a strange looking lighthouse there, Lance.
It is, isn't it? It was really ugly about 5 years ago. It didn't have a top on it. But look at that bird. Let me rewind that. Look at this bird up there. Every time I fly this lighthouse, there's a seagull on top, right there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not a real seagull. I think it's a wooden seagull.
Yes, I know you're a dog. That don't say you need.
Look at that, huh?
Look out now.
Here he goes again. Watch this. Watch this. Oh. And again. Come on. Oh, yeah.
And
See, look at that seagull.
yep.
Top Gun Lance.
If that's a seagull, it's a well-fed seagull. Hey, Lance, just say, don't be hating because I could do it the easy way.
I was just getting ready to ask that question.
That's what I put on one of mine. I started doing all the flips that I put in there. Don't be hating me because I'm doing it the easy way. I will not be peer pressured in the manual.
As long as you're having fun, that's all that matters.
And you know, and I put it this way. I've got 45 flights on the Avata 2 already.
Damn.
Yeah,
Putting in work.
like over 4 hours of footage of flight time. I looked at that and I said, "You've got to be kidding me! I've been playing with this too much."
Get your
Same thing
money's worth.
yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I did 4 different 3 batteries with it yesterday. I actually when I got home, I started editing film, and I stopped editing film last night at 11 o'clock, and I'm fast. I've got 6 videos in all made on different things I did, and it's set up for the next 4 days. Because it's supposed to get rain tonight and tomorrow, so.
Yeah, you can release one every day or every other day.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I put out 33 last month. Between all the drones, 33 of them.
I think I've flown 12 batteries so far.
See how many batteries. That's what I was gonna look at.
I mean, if I had time, I probably would have flown a lot more. It's hard to find time between work and family.
Let's see what we got. Usage of 14. 41. 41 batteries.
You have way too much time on your hands.
Right. Wait, you want to hear the best part? I got all this time on my hands right now, right? I still got that project I got to finish. I got to find about 10 more football players, and I just don't want to do it. It's so hard to do. And then I get a text last night from somebody. Did you get Bobby's footage? I forgot all about the guy. I got between now and Sunday, I got to go find all his pictures for 4 years because the dad's paying me like $400. You know, he needs it for next week. I said, I'll have it. I forgot all about it. Boom.
Oh, hit that bar.
That is a lot of footage to look through. 4 years worth.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'm only looking for one number.
Hopefully you're organized.
Do you have it filed by numbers?
No, I wish. I wish. Now I may have 1 year that I have him filed by number because they were supposed to buy it and they never did. So that might knock 1 year off, but
just no problem. But my Avata 2, I struggle with it.
Whose flight was this?
Mine, Lance.
Figures.
yeah.
Look at this. Just can't. I've been successful, but not many times.
I found a bald eagle this morning. I guess I was about 20 feet from him, and I was orbiting him, and he was watching me, and I didn't do that a whole lot.
Yeah,
when
they
they
might
turn
not
around
like
and
that.
start staring, you're in trouble.
Yeah, his head was going around watching me.
And
Is
that
there
one
a
that was out
minimum
here by
distance you're
Mandeville Harbor.
supposed to stay away from them?
What? We don't hear you. What? What?
Isn't there a minimum distance you're supposed to stay away from them?
I never seen anything in writing.
No, I never heard of it.
Now that one that was here on a branch at Mandeville Harbor a few weeks back, I looked over at him and I was about 70 feet from him. I had the Mavic 3 up. So I started going towards him a little bit and I was going slow. And he was just looking around and doing his thing. And say the monitors, the thing, drone, he's looking around, he goes, and just stops and looks at me and he turns his body a little bit and he's looking at me. And I'm about 60 feet now. And he went with his feathers, like, I dare you to come closer. I mean, the look he gave me, it was like, I dare you to get any closer.
Yeah.
And when I pulled away and came back, when I came back and I did my little drone at the end, he come off the branch and got about 50 feet above me and he started squawking. and he was doing an orbit above me. And I was up about 80 feet then, so I was bringing it back to me. And he's doing that orbit, getting lower and lower and just squawking. And all of a sudden another one come flying in. I didn't even know where it came from.
He was calling his boys.
Oh yeah, they were coming in to take it.
I think if we had that in the UK, that would probably be classed as an area of special scientific interest, which is somewhere that you're not allowed to fly. They do that for like nesting sites and rare wildflowers and things like that.
Yeah, I don't know where his nesting site was, where their nesting site was, but it's got to be somewhere in Fontainebleau State Park. And that's right across the way. It's all Fontainebleau State Park.
Here we go, right here. See him in the tree right there in the front.
Yeah.
Where do you live, Randy?
Northeastern Maryland. This is the Susquehanna River, about a mile. I think it's east of the Conowingo Dam. And the Conowingo Dam is the #1 spot in the United States to view bald eagles. That the population down there is pretty crazy. If you go down to the dam, they have a viewing platform, and you'll see, I mean, 100 people with lenses this big just getting shots of bald eagles going into the water and taking fish.
Are you allowed to fly down there? I mean, granted, I probably wouldn't with the amount of them down there, but 'cause usually eagle areas are probably protected.
If it's a dam, it'll be critical infrastructure, won't it?
If it's not on the critical infrastructure list,
yeah.
Technically, it's not.
Until Randy runs his drone in it and knocks the dam down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've flown down there a couple times.
What's up, Donald?
What are we saying about Conolingus Dam?
I could just see a little mini tube just going dink right off the side and the whole dam collapsing.
Oh, damn, Donald's in.
Just
I heard
taps the side of the
Conolingus
dam.
Dam and got excited.
Conowingo. Let me see if I can find this old video.
We have a dam over in Ponca City that it's for the Caw Lake. And I was driving along and Siri told me to take a right on the Caw Dam Road. I was like, what the hell did she say? So I pulled over at the Caw Dam rest site and took a Caw Dam break from driving. And I had a Caw Dam good time.
That must just
And
be
I
outside of St.
didn't have
Louis.
video of any of it. I should have. But yeah, he's like, take the next right, take the Caw Dam Road. I'm like, what? I thought, damn, Siri's gotten salty.
Well, spray it. So I got 5 people just tearing that place apart downstairs, making all kind of noise. God darn. And the way they look, I need facial recognition. Find out if they got here legally. I didn't say that.
Right here, that's the Conowingo Dam. And that picture was taken like I think 3 years ago with the Mavic Air 3 or the Air 2, I'm sorry. See right down here at the bottom, it's out of view. There's a viewing platform. When they have about 20 gates open, it floods and you can't get on that platform.
Hmm.
But that dam is almost 100 years old.
So they're getting ready to open the gates to Jazz Fest today. Today's local day at the Fairgrounds Racetrack. Feature today is the Rolling Stones. They're gonna be there, and they're gonna go on at 5 o'clock this afternoon. It's sold out. They said there's already about 20,000 people waiting to get in.
The Rolling Stones, they're about as old as Jimmy Hoffa, aren't they?
Yeah. And it's the first time they've ever played Jazz Fest in the 50-something years that Jazz Fest has been there. And one of the local artists, Irma Thomas, she sang the song, You Can't Always Get What You Want. That was her song. And they heard it, and they got permission to sing it, and it was their first #1 hit. So Irma Thomas is still alive, and what they're going to do is Irma Thomas will come out there and sing it with them today. So that's going to be a big thing for New Orleans.
Mick Jagger he's still singing?
Yeah.
That's cool.
They've only lost one of the members, the drummer. Yeah, they all be out there to be the first time. And they've been scheduled before, and they've always canceled at the last minute. Now, this is the other problem today. We're supposed to get thunderstorms around 6 o'clock. And if it moves in fast, it could affect them being able to play. So it's like, if that happens again, I would never try to book them again. You know, it's like, but Jazz Fest has been known to have a really bad storm one day, and that place, you got to go out there with the shrimp boots on, because the whole infield gets muddy, and it almost looks like an old Woodstock.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it gets bad out there.
That Woodstock was pretty bad.
Yeah, the only time that I've ever been to Jazz Fest is when I go out there with my nephew, because he's got a booth. He sells artichokes, roast beef sandwiches, artichokes, oyster po' boys, and I think it's veal cutlets, like po' boys. So he's got a booth he does every year, and he makes more money in 7 days at the Jazz Fest than he makes at his restaurant all year. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Them big events, that's the place, that's the thing to do, is sell food. You make a lot of money.
Yeah. And he sells things, and everybody has their own little niche. You know, nobody else can sell the same thing. And he's been out there for like 30 years. So everybody comes back to eat the artichokes or eat whatever. That's what they want. And it cost him to do a stuffed artichoke maybe $1. I might even be reaching. It might even be 50 cents or 75 cents, because he buys them in bulk, and then they just stuff them with the ingredients, and they sell them for like $10. You know, it's like,
sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I worked it with him a couple of years, and I tell you what, I'll never do it again. I don't know how you could do it. That is the hardest work. Restaurant's hard work, but doing that is harder than being in a restaurant.
Oh dear.
Yeah, all the vendors trade food out there, and one of the years I was out there, we were next to a place that did the little crawfish sacks. There was crawfish with a sauce and all the stuff, and a little pastry. And they liked the artichokes, so he was trading artichokes for crawfish sacks, and and they were giving us like 10 of the crawfish sacks for an artichoke. And man, I tell you what, I got sick of eating the crawfish sacks, but they were so good.
Hi, Jim.
Like eating sacks, Joe? Where's the middle
that calls
finger?
for a gold one. That's a golden one.
Justin doesn't say nothing for the past 10 minutes, and he comes in with that.
Yeah.
Gotta take the freebies when they come along.
But you do realize I made sure every time I said that word, I said crawfish in front of it.
See, he's getting better.
Yeah, between you and Don on the channel, I got to be careful.
Me? What do I do?
History. Look at the history.
What? I don't remember ever doing anything like that.
Look at the history.
Donald's is
I'm a gentle
distinguished.
soul.
Yeah, he's distinguished. You don't say things like that.
I'm a gentle and kind soul.
You're about as innocent as OJ.
Oh wow.
According to a court of law, he was innocent.
I don't see how
Yeah,
people
okay.
can they can justify saying he was innocent when he put out a video confessing to it.
Well, but then once he was found not guilty, it's double jeopardy, so they can't retry him. So
Right, well, I'm
technically,
just
he
saying,
couldn't
like,
admit to it.
in the court
Yeah.
of public opinion, there's no way you can find him innocent because he admitted to it.
Wait, he did?
He put a
Yeah.
book out that said if I would have done it or something
He
like that,
said,
wasn't it?
if
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah,
There's
if
an
I did it.
interview. I'm telling you, there's an interview. I watched it where he actually he confessed to it. He said what all happened. He said he blacked out, and when he came to, there was blood everywhere. He confessed to it.
Wow.
I'll find that interview.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I've never seen it.
Justin, do you need a printer?
You're not
Do
getting
I?
mine.
You need a
Yeah,
printer,
I'm
don't
waiting.
you, Justin? A 3D printer?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Joe to send me his.
Like he's about to, because it's collecting dust. Oh no, he's got to pull out the duck again.
There you go.
Oh, Lance
Big
got
duck.
the duck today. That's when we co-op an insult to Joe.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I
Joe,
admit, Joe,
Joe, you need to keep that duck right over top of your monitor so you could just flip it down. Boom, boom.
I'm gonna get a little hydraulic thing just to pull it up a bit now.
Joe's right. In the past, I have been a little bit mean and stuff, but I made a New Year's resolution to turn over a new leaf and be a little kinder.
A kinder and gentler Donald.
Yep. That was my New Year's resolution.
How's it working for you?
I don't know. How do you think it's working for me?
Pretty good.
Are you ready, Don? Listen.
Yeah.
We can't hear the audio.
How do I share the audio?
There's a key. You gotta click the audio down. There's Justin.
It'll be back before that screen. You'd have to, when you first click share and you select the window, there should be a button at the bottom when you're selecting the window saying share audio.
Okay, share sound. I see it.
Like share sound. Yeah.
Hi, Trevor.
All right. Can you see it?
Yep.
And this guy kind of got into a karate thing. And I said, well, you think you can kick my ass? And I remember I grabbed
Is the audio up all the way?
that person taking a knife from Charlie.
Yes.
And to be honest, after that, I don't remember. Except I'm standing there and there's all kind of stuff around and
What kind of stuff?
blood and stuff around.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Behavioral Arts. My name.
If you go back and watch that interview, he talked about he doesn't say directly that he did it, but he pretty much goes over everything that happened, and it all correlates to that incident.
Well, of course, we all know he did it, but he's innocent of the crime.
Well, we'll see what God has to say, because he's
Legally speaking, he was innocent of the crime.
Interesting that all of his lawyers are no longer alive.
Neither is he.
Neither is
Yeah,
he.
we can also thank OJ for the fucking Kardashians. It was all his fault.
Fucking OJ. That's probably the worst thing he ever did was give us the Kardashians.
Oh.
Exactly, because they made them dad famous, which made them dipshits famous.
And this Las Vegas
Justin,
fiasco.
I was kind of making a joke when I said that it was the worst thing he ever did.
There is one
Oh, no,
member of his team, Alan Dershowitz. He was on OJ's legal team.
No, I'd agree with you, Don. I think that is definitely the worst thing.
So I went to the back and I'm walking back up front. My son's walking behind me. And I've got a pair of like flip-flops on. And as I pick up one of the feet, the front of the flip-flop bends a little bit, caught the carpet, and I leaned forward. And all I heard was, "Oh, I wish you would have." I would have laughed forever. Oh, I wish you would have. I said, "You saw that?" It's all I saw it. I was hoping you were going down.
That's messed up. Was that your son? Yeah, your son said that?
Yeah, that's my son. He said, "I was hoping you were going down."
And then when you would have fell and hurt yourself, he'd have been crying.
No, he wouldn't. He'd been laughing.
Oh, no, that's funny.
Yeah, when I was going over, like I said, I had the gate up one day, and I was
Actually-
going over the gate, and Loki hit my foot, and I went down. I mean, I hit my face and everything. It just took me completely off. And he comes out and he said, "Why are you on the floor?" I said, "Shut up, just shut up." He says, "You need some help?" I said, "No, just get away from me."
The older your dad gets, the less funny it becomes. When we were a kid, my dad fell down a flight of stairs, walking down into the side yard, and he was carrying a cactus.
Oh, Lord help me. That's
How
making
could
me
you
want
not
to
laugh
laugh.
at that? Tripping while carrying a cactus down a flight of stairs.
Well, the sad part of it is, Don, knowing you, how big a deal was it for you to trip him? Was he going down the stairs with that cactus?
No, I don't ever do. But then a couple years ago, he's older now. He fell at a campsite and hit his face on some concrete, and there was no laughing. It was just instant. Are you okay?
Yeah.
So
Well, I
when
can
people stop laughing at you when you fall, that's when you know that you're.
Don, I can just picture you taking a piece of rope across the stairway down there, and just when he got the right place, you pulled that rope up and.
Yeah, but Don,
no.
when they're older and they fall, and people say, "Are you okay?" It's because they're usually the ones in the will.
Yeah.
It's like, son of a bitch. I just broke my mug. My little stoppy piece. Tab broke off.
I just thought about something. I'll go downstairs with those guys working on the thing with this thing I can't read because it's in Spanish, and get them to fill it out for me.
Well, damn it.
You got good glue, Donald?
Not for something like that. That's okay. I can probably order a replacement Yeti lid. The damn thing gets in my way when I'm drinking my coffee anyway. So I'll just spill my coffee a little bit more. Not a big deal. So Randy, that Conowingo Dam is the best place to see bald eagles, huh?
That's what I hear.
We get bald eagles here in Missouri. Well, we have some nesting pairs that stay here all year round, but a lot of them will migrate down, and in the winter you can go find a lot of them. And there's a place, a little town called Stella, that has like an Eagle Days, Bald Eagle Days. And if you look up Stella, Missouri, bald eagles, you'll see pictures of like there's a tree in the center, like in a park, that had like maybe 20 eagles sitting in this one tree. But I went down there one year and watched these birds all day long doing different stuff. And they're basically buzzards with a good PR. They're just, there's a couple of them hopping around fighting over a piece of roadkill. It's like, really, that's not majestic.
No, well, that's why Ben Franklin, when he chose the national bird, did not choose the eagle because they're
He went
scavengers.
turkey.
Yeah,
Yep.
turkey's more majestic.
Yep. But yeah, you'll spend a day watching those eagles, and it's just like, you really are just kind of nasty. You expect them to, you always see the pictures of them catching a fish and flying with the fish in its claws, and no, they were just fighting over it. I don't know what it was, dead possum or something. And I had a friend who used to be a caretaker for a Civil War mansion, like a historic site, and he would also take care of the cemetery that was a few blocks away, and he'd go up there and find chicken bones all over the place because there was a chicken farm about half a mile away from the cemetery.
Mhm.
And those eagles sitting there eating it. I'm like, aren't they protecting the chickens? He goes, no, those are the dead ones that they're tossing out back. The eagles are going and picking them up and taking them back, and it's like, oh, well, that's even worse. It's like you think, okay, well, they're hunting. They're no, just birds of opportunity. I guess they do hunt some.
I don't know. Eagles just kind of embody the fuck around and find out look.
Yeah, no doubt.
And the
I don't know
eagles are
about.
getting to retirement age now.
I think aren't they off of the endangered species?
Mark was making a
list?
music joke.
Oh yeah, but they'll probably never take them off that list. They'll be protected forever.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think they're endangered anymore, but they
Oh,
are protected.
I suppose it depends on where they're in concert. Sometimes they might be endangered.
These shots right
See,
here we're taking at the dam.
Mark isn't giving up on the music joke.
That's the viewing platform I was telling you about.
That's pretty cool.
There's a couple Facebook groups. I mean, people catch some
See
pretty.
that right there, him going down to the water. That's what you expect an eagle to look like.
Right.
Catching that fish, and I went down and I just see him fighting over a friggin' roadkill.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'd expect an osprey to look like.
I've seen a lot of places like in Alaska where they'll be digging in trash and just they don't look like they should.
They're
Yeah.
opportunistic, but I guess any wild animal is opportunistic.
Yeah, if it working and hunting or taking it easy.
If I find something, I get those calories in me, and
Yep.
yeah.
Well, two things would have made that picture better if that water was like glass and you got that reflection and him catching the fish at the same time.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
That would have been freaking crazy picture. I was gonna say, I just got an ad from Sam's, right? I'm not buying steak nowhere soon, no time soon. A 4-pack of tenderloin ribeye, Angus beef, $19.98 a pound.
Shoot. That's why I don't eat
is-
steak.
I could buy a cow, cheaper than that.
Well, I do every year. We go in on a cow.
That's what me and my in-laws did about 2 years ago.
Yep, you can fill the freezer full of.
Yeah, that meat
meat.
lasted for at least a year.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to start trapping the raccoons again.
Well, we can get by. We can get by with smaller portions of meat than most of us eat.
Yeah.
The trouble is that you're not really supposed to keep meat in a freezer for longer than 3 months.
Hey Don, check this out. This is a photo taken at the dam. Look at all the eagles.
Dang.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 20 or 30 of them.
Yeah, that caused a fight.
Dang, that's a good.
I'm gonna have to come up there. I gotta see that.
Look, there's some good photos. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's that right there is the majestic eagle.
Attacking a blue heron.
Yeah, that's even that, even that you have to respect the eagle. It's doing what you
Eagle stuff.
expect. Hunting and being strong and not acting like a buzzard.
They got a swamp tour in Gibson, Louisiana, about maybe an hour and 20 minutes from here. And he charges like $50. It's for like 5 hours. He's cheap. It's $50 for like 5 hours. Because he brings you back and he's got one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one late afternoon. And he brings you back. They got like 5 eagles nest that they come back every year. And he brings you right back on top of the eagle so you could do pictures. It's for photographers. And I keep saying I'm gonna go do that, and I never do.
There's
And I
another
see
shot
some
of
of the
that.
pictures that come out of that. They're crazy.
You got to have a really good lens to get some of these shots.
Yeah.
Like
I
that's
could probably. It depends on how far away. I got one that with my crop sensor I could get. It's 460 millimeters, 2.8. So I could probably get pretty close.
I was looking at lenses online, Sony E-mount lenses. I seen a 200 to 600. I think they're going for like 1700 to like 2000.
Yeah.
But then they had a designated 600 millimeter Sony lens, and it was $12,000.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
They got one for my camera that I keep saying about win a lottery. I'm going to buy it. It's a Sigma 2.8 one. I think it's 100 to 500. 2.8 weighs 35 pounds. Okay,
Shoo.
the lens, and they want 27,000 for it.
That's crazy. Like I would almost.
Again.
I said I would almost be. I'm thinking about eventually getting the 200 to 600, 1700. I mean, that's a lot of money, but
what's the aperture on it?
I think it's f 4 to like 6 something.
Well, you might get a golden hour shot, but you're not going to go much further.
No.
35 pounds ain't bad, Joe. That's less than what I walk around with every day.
We're not talking about
your stomach, right?
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. And that's only tacos.
There's that where I used to work, we had the Sigma 150 to 600, and it was a pretty good lens, but it only went, I think it was like 5 was the widest it went.
Yeah, the one I'm talking about is the big green one they got.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put your camera on the back of that thing. Camera looks like an SD card on the back of something, on the back of a flashlight. I saw one picture with the Canon 5 on it, and I looked at it and I started laughing because you don't even see the camera. That's how big this lens is. My son told me, he said, "Well, old man, who in the hell is going to carry it for you?"
Say you are.
I'm going to put wheels on it. I tell you, if I had a house where like I had wildlife that came in the back, and I had the money to buy that lens, I'd have that sucker sat on a tripod in the back. So when they get in the yard in the back, I don't have to move it or nothing. I just shoot.
Yeah,
that would be crazy. If you get
and
right
by
up on
wildlife, he means a swimming hole where girls come by in bikini tops and cut off shorts.
No, I'm talking about next. That's next door, not in the backyard. You ought to see the view I have of the pool from here.
Or his neighbor's window from a half mile away.
Well, my balcony overlooks the pool. I'll put it this way. But as of about 8 years ago, there's nothing out there worth taking pictures of.
Dude, Monday I had a funeral I went to, and it was in
That was very creepy, Joe.
No, it was right on the University of Delaware campus, and it was like 80 degrees out. I tell you, I actually got lost. I got lost in from the funeral procession because man, there was all kinds of babes out there in bikinis just laying out.
I was thinking that your balcony overlooks the pool, and you were talking about seeing girls. But no, you take it a step further. There's nothing out there worth taking pictures of. So what kind of
Never
pictures
said I
you have
took
on your
pictures
hard
of.
drive? You creepy?
Come look at my hard drive. I don't take any pictures off my balcony except for hummingbirds.
It sounded like you did.
No.
8 years ago.
He don't need to take
I
him off
have-
his balcony. That's why he's got a drone.
No, I only had the drone 2 years. That's what the binoculars are for.
And there you go. Can't have no evidence.
Yeah, no evidence. Shoot, I didn't have to worry about that. I had a neighbor that was like smoking hot, and she was about 23 years old, and she always wore these little thin bikinis. And whenever she knew I was here, she'd walk by, knock on the door. She'd go, "Going to the pool. You coming?" "Yeah, I'm coming." And I'd go hang out with her at the pool. But that's how it used to be here. Everybody knew everybody, and they knock on your door. "We're going to the pool." "Okay." And we'd all meet up at the pool. Sit out there from 4 o'clock in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, well, most apartment complexes, people don't hang around as long as you have though too. You always get
Yeah.
new neighbors all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I got one downstairs. I saw her the other day. She went walking by me in a pair of shorts, and I said, "Who the hell? Where's she come from?" But she's in one of the downstairs. I don't even know what apartment. I know she's not in one apartment, so it's got to be one of. There's only 2 of them, so it's a 50-50. I don't even know who she is. They're getting ready to lose some tenants because the people downstairs are going to be mad about this. Because they had people that had big tables down there with they got one couple in the front over here. They come out every night. They got a table, a round table. It's not going to fit in anymore.
Oh, because they redid the balconies?
Yeah,
Or
they brought the balconies in 3 feet, and it's even with the building now. They put a wall up even with the building, and they didn't put it on the outside of the building. They put it to the inside, so you lost another 6 inches. So instead of being 2 feet, 6 inches less. I don't even know. Now they got to sit the chair sideways.
Is it only a 1-story building?
No, it's 3.
Three.
3-story. But you
How'd
see,
you
the
get to-
other apartments, ours is even with the building, but ours is deeper than theirs. So I've got about 4 foot when I walk out, whereas they had about 5 feet, because 3 feet of it was out to right before the sidewalk. Something happened where either they're doing it because they want them all to look alike, or somebody came out and said, "It's got to move away from the sidewalk." So it might be, it's private property, so I don't see why they want to make it look the same. That's what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
But
Do
shoot,
they
that was
get-
the benefits of living downstairs. You had, and a little strip of land that was right there. The neighbors underneath me years ago, they used to grow tomatoes and everything on that little strip of land. They had a little garden made up,
You guys have elevators at your thing or not?
No, not in this place. But they had all the rules came out. I used to decorate my balcony with all the Christmas lights in that. They came out, nothing can be, after they repainted everything, nothing can be attached to the building. So you can't put the Christmas lights up. Then they said you can't fly flags because a flag can't be attached to the building.
Yeah, that's a little ridiculous.
And I had hooks. I had 2 hooks up there, 3 hooks up there, because I had 3 bird feeders for hummingbirds. And like right now to the beginning of the summer, I set my camera up right there, and the hummingbirds I'd be sitting over here, and I'd have it all set up with my remote. So I'd have it set right on, all focused, everything to go on the feeder, and like a 120 lens. So I've got just the feeder in it, right? Got the bokeh done, everything set up perfect, all the depth of field right. So I'd be sitting here and I'd look over, the hummingbirds go over there, and all I gotta do is press a button from my desk, and I could take the pictures of them. And I had some great hummingbird shots. Now I can't even hang a feeder up.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, most apartment complexes are usually pretty strict about hanging
Well,
stuff up and doing
wait till
stuff
the other
like that.
thing. They just came out as of May 1st,
That doesn't
as
even
of
surprise me.
today, or yesterday. They put, now it's gonna be a no smoking apartment complex.
Oh, you
And they
can't smoke
said
on premises?
you cannot smoke, okay, what it is, you can't smoke in any of the public areas. You can't smoke around the pool. You can't smoke in any hallways, because they got the little foyers. There's 4 apartments on my floor, like walkway. Nobody can, in any public area, you can't smoke, right? If you are here, you can smoke in your apartment until your new lease comes out. The new lease makes it a no smoking apartment.
Oh, I'm surprised they even allow smoking to begin with. Every apartment I've ever had never allowed
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, now they're going through here. I tell you what, my son came in and said, and they even went as far as saying vapes can't even vape.
Yeah, that's a little much.
Yeah, they went through all of that. And the people across the hall, my son walks in every day and he says, "Well, they be blowing some stuff in there. You smell it. I can smell it in here."
Hmm.
That apartment need to be called 420 over here. I-420.
Did you see the federal government is reclassifying it from a stage 1 to a stage 3, I think?
Yep.
They had it classified with like heroin, ecstasy.
What, marijuana?
Yeah, so they're when it's classified, I'm not sure if it's stage 1 or stage 3, but in that classification, it cannot be, it can't be like researched as for medicinal purposes.
Yeah, it was a stage. It's always been labeled as a stage 1 narcotic.
Yep, and now it's categorized with like Tylenol and stuff like that.
Well, they kept saying for the last 6 years that they were gonna um get rid of the federal law banning it, but every time they start talking about it, nobody ever does it.
Yeah, there's like 30 some states that have it legalized for medicinal, and like 25 have it legalized for recreational. It's
Missouri's recreational.
Yeah, I think it's like 36 altogether that have it legalized for one
yeah,
case or the other.
Colorado was the first, and they said they've made like $30 billion off of it since then.
But the
So what you're
problem, a
saying,
lot
it's
of
all
these,
about the money.
Yep, it's
but a
all
lot
about
of problems these states were running into where they have the money, but they can't like really spend it because it's considered illegal or whatever still on a federal level. So a lot of states, I think, have just been holding on to it. I don't know if they're actually allowed to spend it because you can't put it in accounts.
Yeah, banks can't accept it, all kind of crap. Yeah.
When they've legalized it and everything, just how many of the drug dealers are actually gonna file taxes for the income?
Yeah. And ain't worry about that.
Be no
There's
point for drug dealers
Dispensaries
at
around
that point.
here, the dispensary licenses went through the roof. There's dispensaries all over the place here.
there's still a market for it.
And for the dealers.
Yep, because a lot of
I do
people
know
don't want to go to the
Yeah.
dispensary. And in Maryland, you cannot get a handgun qualification if you have a medical marijuana card.
Oh, see here, you don't need a card. You walk in with an ID because it's recreational.
Well,
So-
that's the case here too, but you have to pay tax. It's like a 9% sales tax if you're recreational, and if you're medicinal, you get to go in front of the line of like 150 people. So there's benefits to it.
Yeah, here there's no medicinal. But yeah, it's just a free for all. But yeah, a lot of the there are some people that opened up dispensaries here and started making cash, and some people are wanting to start growing. But the people who are already established in other states that had big businesses growing, they came in here, would buy up land and set up a grow house and have that backing of all that cash from, say, Colorado. and they would be able to knock everybody else out of the market. So we had some of that going on.
Bless you.
So out of state people coming in and setting up grow operations so that they could legally sell in the state.
Well, I think if it becomes legal nationwide to where every state can just, you can go to your local gas station and buy a pack of whatever. I think at that point, there will be no need for drug dealers because people could go there and get it cheaper because it's going to get cheaper the more readily available it is.
I know it's a lot cheaper to buy it from a, like I used to smoke I smoked for almost 20 years and I quit about 2 years ago, but I still know people that sell it and it's way cheaper to buy it off the street than it is from the dispensary.
I mean, tell you the vape pens are convenient.
No,
Well,
the cartridges are very convenient.
Well, the thing is, though, is like if it becomes nationwide to where these big corporations can start taking it over, all these mom and pop dispensaries are going to be gone because they're going to open national chains, and that's when it's going to get super cheap.
That's what I was saying, is that these companies are coming into Missouri and setting up a local, basically a daughter company. And so they can actually do business in Missouri, but it's actually a larger company from out of state. But
red, white, and blue for USA Drone Fire. That PLA took a hit. So it took the hit, but it wasn't a bad hit, but it still took a hit. I got to get the TPU from Johnny to play with it because we've resized it a couple times, but it's still not tight enough on it. So I told myself, well, I'm gonna have to do it where I could print one and see, and then kind of measure it out. And I figure he forgot to bring me one to show me. If he brought me the set he printed, I could probably figure it out. Because we're trying to get it to where these little things that hold on the bottom aren't that thick. So what's happening is that's really only for show basically. And this one snaps on because it's PLA. But I want to make it to where the TPU will be tight like that, where it'll snap on, and then work from there. Let's see what he wants.
guys, army of ducks back there on that shelf.
Because I guarantee as soon as that shit goes national, man, you're gonna have some big corporations invest some billions into that shit. And they'll end up taking over, and like I said, you'll see a lot of these mom and pop dispensaries start to dry up because they're gonna get overran and get undercut by these big corporations.
Yeah, you're gonna start seeing it in like every gas station, liquor store.
That's what I'm saying, and it's gonna be so readily available. Fucking pack of joints at the damn gas stations, and it costs you like
Well,
25 bucks.
I would I'd agree with that to a certain point, but you know, craft brewers still exist.
What still exists?
Craft brewers.
And people
Oh yeah,
make
but
beer.
Microbrews.
Is pot
I mean,
legal
I'm
in
not
your
saying
guys' states?
I'm not saying all of them are gonna disappear, but I think a majority of them will.
Marijuana legal in your guys' states? It is here in Washington.
Yes.
It's legal in Florida, but for medical only.
It's legal in Maryland for both.
And if you
As
get
of
your
July 1st of last year, they legalized it recreationally.
and if you get your medical one here, you can't get a concealed weapons permit or anything like that. kind
Yeah,
of.
that's the biggest downfall here.
Missouri went straight recreational.
I-
Oklahoma is medicinal.
I don't understand why some of these states have medical and personal. I'm like, what the what's the point? Just have both. Just have one. Have it open to everybody.
I think it has to do with the taxes because they can't tax the medicinal.
Oh, they can, because you can go to a dispensary and buy medicinal, but you get like different perks if you're medical, from what I think Mike was saying.
Yeah, here you get to go, like a lot of times there'll be a line, you know what I mean, outside the building, and medical gets first priority, and they don't have to pay the sales tax. And you're if you're recreational, you're only allowed to get a certain type of product. You can't get like the concentrates. You can only get like flour and vape cartridges and certain edibles. But if you want like the 97% like pure, like it's called diamonds. It looks like little crystals. It's basically like pure THC. You gotta have a card to get that.
Hey,
here.
Justin,
Yeah.
if you got this, I'm gonna go shoot a ship. I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I should go downstairs and start up the computer and see if I have any work to do.
This here is the photo I took this morning with the Air 3.
Nice.
Not too bad.
Oh, nice. Good color.
Thank you.
That's nice.
Thank you.
I never think about taking stills when I put the drone up.
That's
Right there with
one.
you.
That's one reason I wish I would have got the Mavic 3 because the stills they're noticeably better.
Have you ever had the Air 2S?
Bless you.
No.
Put it like
No.
this. I will put the Mavic 3 up and shoot. I'm gonna do this next couple of days. I'm gonna take a picture with the Mavic 3, then I'm gonna put the Air 2S up, and I'm gonna ask y'all to tell me which one's different.
Probably hard to tell.
I think the Mavic 2 sometimes the 2S is better sometimes.
This is another one I took.
I'll tell you, stills get more views on Facebook than videos will.
Yep. That's because they could steal a still.
That's what I find Facebook groups so funny, right? Is these people on YouTube that have like, 1,000 followers on YouTube with the drone channel, but yet they're on Facebook and they got 10,000 people in their group, but they can't get those 10,000 people to come to their YouTube.
Who's calling?
I am sorry. I'll put you guys on mute.
I just want to make sure we don't hear a private conversation.
You were about to.
We knew who it was.
Hey, Randy, is the one bad thing about the Mavic 3. The battery, $209.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. The Air 3 isn't too far off at 160.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I got
that's a lot of
I
money
got the
for a
Mavic.
battery.
I got the Mavic 3 on eBay refurbished through a DJI site, and
Hmm.
it was $16.98 for the Mavic 3 and 2 batteries.
That's not bad.
And it came with the regular controller and stuff like this. And I got it in. One battery had one flight on, had one charge. Other one had zero. There were 0 flights, and the Mavic 3 had no flights.
That's not bad. That's like, what's that, like $500 off?
It was like 5 off, you know, and it was pretty good. And then I bought a fly more kit just to get the other 2 batteries because it was the easiest way.
Yeah.
So he gave me 4 batteries.
Did you get the RC Pro refurbished too?
No, I wish.
Yeah.
I
Well,
wish.
it's really not that much cheap. I think it's like $200 cheaper.
Yeah, that was a straight $1,200.
I tell you, you can't go wrong with DJI refurbished. I've gotten a few. I've never gotten a refurbished drone, but I have gotten several products from them refurb. And you
Yeah,
get
so
all
I
the
got-
guarantee. You get all the
You
guarantees.
can't. Yeah, you can't fly 4 batteries at a time. You can't do it. I've flown 2, and I was ready to go home and go to sleep.
Yeah.
I mean, because I can get 38, 39 minutes. It depends on how I'm flying out of a battery.
This morning was the first time I flew 3 whole batteries, and probably like it's probably the second or third time I've done it. And that was because I was doing hyperlapses. You do hyperlapse, it takes a whole battery.
Yeah, that's when I go through the whole thing. I was like yesterday with Johnny. I went through three Avata batteries, 3 Avata 2 batteries, and 1.5 of the Mavic 3. We were out there a long time yesterday.
Yeah. I went through 3 Avata batteries and 3 Air 3 batteries this morning. I think I got there. It's probably about 5:15, and I didn't get done till about 9.
It's
Yes,
like with
last-
the Air 2, if you wanted to do the longest hyperlapse, you'd end up being down to like 10% by the time you were done.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah,
only 20 seconds, I think, or 30 seconds is the longest one you could do.
You can squeeze a 30-second out of the Air 3, but if you want to do like a waypoint, you better go up with 1 battery and get everything set up, and then start with 100%.
Yeah, get 100% battery out there.
Yeah.
There's nothing pisses you off more than when it tells you got enough battery and you're down to your last minute and it cuts it off and says it needs to come back to you.
Yeah,
That's happened to me a couple of times.
That sucks.
That's why I just make sure I go over the full battery.
Right. When I was in Bel Air, Maryland, I think it was about a year and a half ago. I had the Air 2, and I was doing a hyperlapse. I was doing like an orbit of the town square, and it was maybe 20 minutes into it, and all of a sudden I hear choo 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 choo, and a helicopter. I looked on the map, and there was a helicopter coming straight at it. I actually got a video up, and I had to take control, and fly it back. But man, I was pissed.
How would you feel if you're flying and you got a Black Hawk comes flying right next to you, and you're flying at about 110 feet, and it's flying at about 110 feet coming along the coast, and you see him, but you're a good, man, 800 yards away from each other. So I knew where he was going because he was following the lake. So I just kind of followed him, and I got a good video of following him. I didn't have to get out of his way, and then I'm bringing it back to me. And all of a sudden, I hear a drone go whizzing by me, and misses my drone by maybe 20 feet. And it was the potato, somebody flying it. And I'm looking around, and Johnny's standing there. He says, "Where'd that come from?" I said, "I don't know, but look, he just missed me." And I look over, and there's 2 wildlife and fisheries guys flying. And I turned around, I started screaming. I said, "You flying a potato?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "I got a Mavic 3 up there. You just almost hit." And I said, "Are you crazy? Why don't you tell us you're flying? We got there flying." Like that. I went off on him, and Johnny says, "That's wildlife and fisheries." I said, "I don't give a damn who they are. They're flying recklessly, like that." Come to find out, they were running along the coast too because they were looking for a body, a missing boater.
With a potato.
You tell somebody that, with the potato, like they're gonna really see it,
Yeah, nah.
And he was screaming. He screamed past me. I went off on him. I said, boy, you'd have hit me, we'd have had a fight.
Yeah, he probably went to his boss one day and said, "Hey, look, see this drone? It does
Yeah.
100 miles an hour. I could use this on the job." He probably
Cover more space, you know.
Yeah, I can imagine the pitch he had for that one.
Yeah, but Johnny turned around and said, Johnny turned around and said, it's Wildlife and Fisheries, yelled at us. I don't care. You know, and he wanted, the guy came over and apologized to him. He said, I didn't realize that y'all were flying.
That was cool.
You know, I said, yeah, that was kind of reckless. But he went between Johnny and me, and he missed me by about 20 feet. I saw him coming. So when I saw him coming, he was about the same height. I just dropped. You know, it was like, geez.
Yeah, that would have sucked if he would have hit you.
It would have sucked for him. You know?
Right.
Because he and I would have had a long talk. I would say, here's where you write the check, who you write the check to.
Good music. Must be on hold.
Somebody's playing music.
I think it's Lance.
Sorry about that, guys. I thought I was on mute. I'm editing.
You were. Somehow you got off mute.
Yeah, I'll put it back on mute. That's why Jimmy Buffett go-to song.
Good job, Paul. Isn't
must be AI
monetized,
working.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he's not monetized. So I have a window of about 3 hours I can go fly today. Because
That's
the weather's
the
good right
only
now.
song that I can play without getting a ding. He never copyrighted that song. I don't know why, but he didn't.
You gonna go fly the Avata, Joe?
I don't know what I'm flying today.
You better not be flying the Avata. It sucks.
Yeah, the Avata 2 is
It
better.
was the Avata 2 that sucks.
I'm still waiting to
got
get my ND filters for it.
Got 57% cloud cover, and it's 7 miles an hour winds, gust of 19. So I'm good with both of those.
I got my ND filters for the Avata 2 on that Monday, and I got my case on Wednesday.
You really need those ND filters when you're flying low to the ground and going fast.
What company did you get yours from?
The only company I could find that had them when I ordered them was Start RC.
Yeah, that's where I got mine. Easy to get on and off.
I haven't gotten them yet. They cleared customs on the 29th, so they should be.
Okay.
They should be getting here pretty soon.
The Avata OG, those were hard to get off.
Yeah, I agree.
That's unless you have the camera butter. Camera butter has a little thing that goes in the back, and it's just magnetic to it.
That's nice.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, the minis were hard to do the ND filters on the minis because you had those two little hooks that had to go into the air vents on the back of the camera and snap on. They're a pain in the ass.
Got that little thing over there that's
Not
magnetic.
on the Mini 3.
It goes on the back.
Yeah, that's cool.
Was that Mark? Same way
The
on the Mini 3?
They changed it on the Mini 3. It's a push on, twist a little bit, and it clicks into place.
That's
like a bayonet fit.
That's better. The
With
best
the
was
Avata
of course,
1.
the Phantom. The Phantom 4 is the best. Just screw it on, like a real camera.
With the Avata 1, when you put them on, there's really no way to put them on without like leaving a big old thumbprint on them.
That's what I have a problem with when I put them on the Mini, because you got to hook it around the back of the camera, so you got to get there and then push from the top so it snaps down over the front, and it just by the time I get done, it's like, oh damn it, I smudged it. Where's my lens pen?
See, look at this footage here. This is why I want ND filters, because it's really rough on the eye. I mean, to me, everybody might be different, but it's rough on the eyes, flying low to the ground, and watch these rocks going by. See how there's like no blur to it?
Yep.
It's just to me it's a little bit rough.
Yeah, if you're shooting high frame rate to keep the exposure down, aren't you?
Yep. Yeah.
You want me to tell you a trick to that? You run that sucker down to EV about 7 and run it in auto. And you get a little blur, just enough that it don't hurt you.
Yeah.
If you don't have the ND filters yet. That's what I do. I try to do. Because I'm waiting for the ND filters to come in too. So that real estate shoot that I did the other day up at that property that I hope I get my money in to be able to buy before somebody else does. You know? I went out there the second day and shot it with beautiful blue skies and everything. It was overcast the first day, but the pictures everything came out beautiful because there was no shadows. Yeah, everything was even. And when you color grade it right, you can do it. So I went out there go ahead.
That was not sensible though, Joe. The whole idea of if you want to buy it, you've got to put a bad video up.
Oh yeah, you got a point. I don't think anybody's going to buy it right away because there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Like I said, if I get the money, I'll have somebody come do the work. I don't care. So when I went out there the second day and I shot it with the beautiful sun with a few clouds and everything like this. I put it up and Dave came back, and Dave's a photographer. And I think he's actually a better photographer than me. And I know he could edit a hell of a lot better than I can. So he came back and he said, man, this is awesome. I love it like this. So he just sent me all the information. I said, so you telling me you like the second video, right? He gave me an MLS number I got to put into the video. And he says, I loved it. It made me go and place an order with DJI. I bought a Mini 3 Pro.
Damn.
Because he's got a Holy Stone, right? And he was telling me it was 34 mile an hour winds the first day. And he said, the winds aren't going to bother you. He said, it won't bother the Mavic 3. And I stuck it up about 20 feet and the thing was hovering in place, right? Barely moving with the wind about 19. And he says, yeah, but those winds are kicking. If I go any higher, I said, let's go. I went up to 400 feet with it and you can see nothing's moving right there. And he says, oh, damn. And he put his Holy Stone up about tree level and it was floating all the way into the trees.
Oh, yeah.
And I told him, I said, yeah, you see that trash can over there? Just go put it there. I said, tell your son thank you and just put it on a shelf somewhere.
Yeah, you can't.
Like so he bought a Mini 3 Pro now.
Is he the one that takes the real estate photos?
No, I do the real estate photos. He does the 360 photos. And he told me, he says, I'm gonna buy the DJI, but you still got the video. You still got the real estate shoots for the drone. He said, because I don't want to do it. He said, I'd rather give you the thing to do. He said, I'll just fly it for fun. But and all of his and it's another real estate agent listing it because it's Dave's property, and the family, he don't want to do it because of the family drama. So the other guys got it, and now I've got like 7 agents that are going to be talking to me for different shoots. So it's just the word of mouth is starting to pick me up. I may be able to get 5 or 6 of these a month. You know,
how much are you charging for a shoot?
Well, if it's within Covington and Mandeville, and all I'm doing is video, 150, because I'm fast. I go out there, it's about 2 hours, not even 2 hours, we're an hour and a half maybe. So I'll take 150, get in the door. Like I told myself, if I got to go across the lake, starts at 200. If it's in New Orleans, it's 250. That's because I got to carry my gun. You know, I said, if I've got to drive over an hour, we're going to put mileage in it. You know, so I got a little rate schedule I'm starting to put together. And everybody's good with it, you know, because I'm not expensive, but I'm reasonable. But if I'm getting 5 to 8 a month, I'll rather be reasonable than expensive. That way they'll call me back and say, yeah, go do this.
And for them to sell out 150 is not too bad.
No, that's pretty good.
And everything's within 5 minutes or 10 minutes of driving. You know, so I'll go down to right there down the street up 2 miles away and shoot for 15 minutes, come back, edit for 15 minutes and put it together. Because all I'm doing is basically an orbit and then I'm getting a couple of reveals. And if I've got and I'll take the Avata with me, and if I got a clear space to fly, I'll fly up to the property, up the driveway or around it and get a view down low. So I've got a 2-minute video that takes me maybe a total of an hour and 15 minutes. If I can make $150, I'm good.
See, that's one thing I've seen on so many of these real estate videos, people doing those drone shots in real estate videos, is it's always showing the roof. You know what? Put that drone down about 5 foot up and do a sweep across the yard and just do a half orbit of the front door.
Yeah.
Do a beauty shot like that, because that's where people see it from. You can only get so many shots of a roof before it gets a little boring.
Now, what I will do, like this,
they're buying a home.
This last property I did, it's 4.5 acres, right? I went up 400 feet and framed that 4.5 acres.
Yeah, if you've got land, you want to show the land. You want to showcase the land.
So
Yeah.
I've got that thing framed, and I've got a little 5-second clip as I'm starting to descend at 400 feet, and then I've got right before that, I did a reveal coming from the pond over to the house, and then I went right above it and got a shot of the driveway to show that you could put a RV in the driveway, and the pond and just the house, and I got a shot of the roof to show that it's a new roof. You know, about 5 seconds.
If that's something, do that.
Yeah.
And
that's what he said. He said, "Man, I love the way you did that last one."
And
did you not take any stills?
Do what?
I said, did you not take any stills? Was it all video?
Well, I took a couple of stills from the different shots, because right in front, you can't see the house from the road because of the trees. So I got in between all the trees and got a down shot of about maybe 20 feet above the roof. So I got a shot there, and then I got a shot from above, the full frame, the full piece of property. Got a shot from the front. I gave him about 5 different shots, aerial shots. So you got a 2-minute and 30-second video, and actually 2 minutes, 15-second video, I think it is. Might be 30. And 5 pictures, $150, you know?
Yeah, a guy I used to work with, he does real estate shots up middle of the state. And I've seen some of his stuff where he does that. He goes over the property, but then draws out the property lines on the video.
Yeah. See, I didn't have to draw it out. You know why I didn't have to draw it out? Because they had a tree line. Tree line right on the fence. And it made it perfect. You got the yard, you can see the street with the tree line. You can see the building on the other side with the tree line. See the yard in the back with the tree line, and then the tree line between the house and the other tree line right there on the other side of the pond with the driveway. So it fell in place, you know. And if it's something crazy, like I told him, I said, it normally is going to cost you between $150 to $200, depending on where it's at, anywhere around here. Like I said, it's normally a 5-minute, 10-minute drive max. And that's not a bad drive. It's just, that's going front and back. A lot of it, it's a local place, so they do a lot of local stuff. But if he pulls something across the lake, like I had to go to Kenner the other day, I told her 200 because I'm going across the lake. You know, and that was no big deal. Soon as I gave her the invoice, she kicked me out the money. Then I sent her the stuff. And that's the good news. As soon as I kick him in the invoice, I'll get the money.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be it's that easy. And if I'm doing 1 to 2 of these a week, you know, I'm making extra $1,200 a month. Guess what? Eventually, I might be making more than $1,200 a month. And guess what? I might be not doing a lot of team pictures. You know, I might say, you know, the hell with the team pictures. I'm just going to go fly my drone and enjoy my time.
What I did was I went and looked up a lot of the photographers locally and seen what they were charging.
Yeah.
And I kind of tweaked my prices a little bit, not quite as much as what they were, because for interior photos packages, they were charging like $500-600. And I was
Would you undercut them?
I did.
Yeah, that's the
You
way
got
to do
to.
it.
I charged $450 for just photos, interior photos, and drone photos.
Were those 360 photos, or were those just?
They were just bracketed photos.
Okay.
Yeah, Dave does the 360 inside, and he'll do the 360 outside. And since he's the real estate agent, he does his, but he does them for other real estate agents in the office. And if it's in his office, he charges them, I think it's $250. If it's outside, he charges them, like it's $400. If it's outside his office, and the only people doing drone video in the area, except the ones that don't have a license and they're still doing it, the real estate agents are doing it on their own. They're only charging between 175, 200 around here. It's all based on economy, You see in Mandeville, the money they have here, I could probably go out there and really push it and get 400 or 500 for the area. And they're gonna probably come up with it because they're charging the clients. The clients are the ones paying it. But I'd rather just, I don't want to do it full time. I don't mind making 400 a week, and it doesn't time me up full time.
Yeah, for like a couple hours worth.
I'm still retired,
I'm
Yeah,
sure
so
there's a
it's-
lot of people out there flying for real estate agents that aren't licensed
There
Well, I'll
is.
guarantee you.
because they don't
There
give a
is.
shit. I guarantee the realtors don't give a crap. And it's not
John-
like the FAA can filter through thousands of videos and pictures
Yeah.
and say, "Oh, who's this?"
Russ from 51 Drones made a video about the fines and penalties for realtors that hire unlicensed drone pilots. It's like $10,000 fine that they can be subject to. And I took that video and I sent it to like 3 real estate agents that I talked to,
Yep.
just so that if they get any ideas about hiring somebody that's not licensed, they know what can happen.
Yep.
One
Oh,
of them messaged me back and was like, "Thank you, I appreciate that so much." I'm like, "Gotta know what you're doing."
Yep.
They obviously weren't hiring somebody who was licensed then.
No, you
Oh,
would
they
be
just don't
surprised.
know. Some of them, I'm sure, just generally don't have any idea.
I
They
know
just-
that a
Well,
roofing
the fact
company
that
around
they
here
thanked
hired
you
a.
for sending them the information makes me think that they were already doing that. So now they know they shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a roofing company around here who hired a high school student, unlicensed, to do a drone video for them.
You guys see those cases?
Uh huh.
Who can make
Yeah.
me bigger? I don't know. Justin, is it you?
What?
Can you
Is
make
that
my
big one?
screen bigger? Make me full screen.
Is that
You're
the
full
Avata
screen.
2 case? The big one?
Oh, hold
So
on.
the big one, if Justin can figure it out, he's probably not smart.
I'm not at my computer at the moment.
Lance, when you're talking, you're full screen for me.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
because you're on
Oh,
your
so
phone.
when I'm
That's why.
talking, okay, so the big case is the Avata 2, which I'm sending back. And the small one is the Air 3S. And so it's just so much bigger. I can't believe how big it is. And
Air
it smells
3S.
real
Air
chemically when I
3S.
opened it up. I just got it yesterday. So I've got to air it out.
No, not the Air 3S.
The Air 3?
The Air 3, yeah. No, they sent me the Air 3S to demo.
Can we see it?
I was like, I
No,
haven't heard of an
I'm
Air 3S.
under ND. I'm under ND. I can't share it. So anyway, that's I don't even own the Air 3.
No,
I bought it for
Lance,
the Air 2.
Pretty
Do
sure
what?
Randy has the Air 3 Enterprise, right, Randy?
I bought it for the
Yeah,
Air
it's got
2.
the thermal camera.
And the Air 2
You-
kind of fits.
You guys laugh, but I'm thinking about buying an Air 3.
Hey, my
If-
buddy has
if
the
they-
Air 3. It is a nice drone.
If the deal goes through, and that's why I need to go down and I'm gonna do some tags for the dealership today. But
Okay.
he's gonna pay for a full day shoot, and that will pay for the Air 3.
Ooh. Ooh. That stinks.
Is that the Start
Oh.
RC case for the Avata 2, Lance?
Yeah. Does it say Start RC there? No, it doesn't. Yeah, it is.
I was looking at one, but they want what, almost $100 for that thing.
Yeah, like 97 or 93. I forget what I paid.
Yeah, I paid like 45 for my Air 3 one. That's why I'm like, man.
Yeah, exactly. I bought the Air 3 for my Air 2 because they didn't have Air 2s for sale. And I stick the Air 2 in there. It's a little small, but it fits fine. Let me tear that out.
It probably costs $3 to make that in a Chinese warehouse.
Yeah, no doubt.
When I bought my original Mini, it came in a hard case. And my Mini 3 Pro hard case, I actually won from the shop that I bought the drone from anyway.
You suppose these are for?
If GPC makes a case for the Avata 2, it's probably gonna be like $250.
Or if you're Johnny, start RC free.
Yeah.
Did anyone figure out how to protect that when you store it?
I use a bandana.
Oh,
I fold
okay.
up a bandana and just stuff it right in there.
And I'm using this little thing that came with it and just stuffing it in there and then doing that. But that's kind of what I know I'm going to lose this black thing. But so that fits. That's a tight fit. That is a real tight fit.
My my Avata 2's in the truck, but the V2s, that's what I do. I just stuff a bandana right in there.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
I'm sure it won't be long before somebody 3D prints a goggles lens protector.
There is. Joe has one.
I got one.
Print something for the handle so it's not so slippery.
Yeah, I got
They
one.
have-
That's the one you can buy, right?
They have silicone covers
Yeah.
for those.
But this is
plants.
for the Integras.
Oh, yeah.
Lance, they always make silicone covers for a lot of the controllers and stuff too. So you
Okay.
can grip it better. Let's see here. Amazon's got one. That's the Avata 2 smart or motion controller.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely needs some kind of a grip.
Lance, you think it's too small, right?
And I think it's too small.
That's what she said.
That's
And-
what Paul
And I'm left-handed.
keeps saying.
See, I have been good all day.
I'm left-handed, but you can change it in the control in the settings to make it left-handed. So I need to do that. I think.
Paul keeps on insisting on flying with the old smart controller rather than the RC with his Air 2S.
He's still
See-
flying with that controller?
Yep.
See,
Hi, Paul.
right now they do have one for the original motion controller, so they'll eventually come out with one for that as well.
I bet Paul, I bet you the reason he don't like using the RC2 is because there's no back button. You're limited on the controls. You got to swipe everything. And he probably, there he is, speaking of the devil.
Well, the reason I don't like it is I fly in sunshine and you can't see the fucking screen.
Well,
wow.
Paul, I don't have an issue, so that might be something else going on there.
No, because you go look and see what the
Well, it could
what
just
the
be his
brightness of
name.
the different screens are.
It could just
Which-
be a
They have,
vision
the
too,
lowest,
though.
they have the lowest level of brightness.
Well, now you need to get the Avata. Well, I think the Integras work with that. The goggles.
Mark keeps hammering at it because I'm using the old controller, but I can see the old controller.
Well,
I
it could be your vision
do.
too. I mean,
Yeah, but the trouble is that 3 times your drone has not been able to see the old controller.
I haven't had an issue in quite a while.
You know, that's
Hey,
strange
what
too. When I
got
went
an
from
idea.
I went from the
Have you thought
smart
about buying one of
controller.
those little hats? I've seen little baseball hats that have an umbrella attached to it. Have you thought about buying one of those?
Like Steve Urkel.
Yeah.
It isn't because of that. It's just because of the brightness around me.
See, when I switched from the smart control, I went from the Air 2 with the smart controller to the Air 3 with the RC2, and for me, it was a lot brighter and clearer than the smart controller.
No, not mine.
Well,
Because
like I
it's a 1080p live feed to that controller instead of a 720 like on the smart controller.
Well, like I said too, it could be his natural vision too. It's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Air 2S won't be sending a 1080p signal.
Is that the Motion 2 controller or 3? For the Avata 2?
The Motion 3.
Okay.
Here's the Motion 3.
Because they have them out for the original and the second one, so eventually they'll come out with a silicone cover for it. So you can put it on there and it won't be as slippery out of your hands. They just haven't came out with one yet that I can find. But they have it for the first two, so probably another month or so you'll start seeing some of that stuff come out.
You know, David's little video of Sheldon twitching is making me just feel twitchy. It's been sitting over there for now. It's just like,
yeah, they don't have it for
So
that one.
it's triggering an impulse for you or what?
it is. It's like I gotta kind of stop looking at it. I have to go over to the full screen and.
We're working on building schedules for next year. You want to keep your stuff how it is? Is there anything you would want me to consider?
Oh, I guess I gotta go downstairs and start working.
Well, how'd you ever
Yeah.
make out with that job that you were bidding on or gonna do, or
Which one?
you were negotiating on a job, but
I do that all the time. If we're talking about the one that is going to be a full day shoot, like a large shoot,
yes.
Numbers for your current.
Either that or
some of the work
boat
is
dealers.
waiting for me downstairs is just a couple little quick tags and stuff for the guy. But I think we're getting closer and closer to actually scheduling a shoot to do the all day shoot. And if we do that, then I'll go ahead and buy the Air 3.
How did the boat dealers go?
The boat dealer, I messaged him. We had penciled in next week. I tried to get a hold of him yesterday. No answer.
Mm.
And I talked to the other dealership that I had done work for the other day. They needed a copy of their commercial again because I guess they didn't save it when I sent it to them before.
Yeah,
so I
that's
got that
sensible,
and
isn't
asked
it?
them how things are going with them, and if their showroom is finished down there, I'd like to come down and shoot again for them. But they didn't respond either. So
Should have told him $50 for the replacement video.
Yeah.
no.
That's what they would have done if you'd have lost something and had to get another one. I lost the owner's manual to my car. I need a new one. $100.
Yeah, that's true. But
you were
Nah.
looking at future work, keeping the relationship.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
So I give them that. It takes me 2 seconds to throw a link up for them on WeTransfer and send the link in an email with a little friendly reminder. Hey, hope things are going with your new dealership. Is your showroom ready yet? You know.
And please remember to save this file this time.
No, actually, putting a link up takes nothing. I just open up the WeTransfer and go over to my masters and find the file and toss it in. And I don't mind doing that if the client asks for it, because that gives me another touch point with the client.
Yeah.
They got a padded cover for the lenses up for the
Yep.
goggles. Too.
Is anybody using that padded lens, that goggle thing?
I don't know. You get a new thing for around the edges and then a lens cover for it.
I have a foam, aftermarket foam in my cart for the goggles too, because that I don't. It's nice with the light, the new I call it a flap, the new flap
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't like
goggle.
it.
I don't like it. It feels like it's I don't know. It feels kind of icky, for lack of a better term. Like if you get
Yeah,
it
I don't
wet,
like it. I was
it's just
thinking
too
about buying what
thin.
he was showing, what Justin was showing.
Oh, David got rid of the twitchy picture.
Thank you, David.
He's so kind.
Here, Joe, I'll send that to you if you want the link.
No, I got the link. I got it.
Okay, Lance, I sent that to you if you want to take a look at that. Because he was just asking about a cover for that.
Yeah, Donald, I turned off that video for you.
Oh, you did it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think David's there now.
No,
He left
David's
it
not
on,
around.
but had to go somewhere.
Well, that's better because I like having the gallery view better than going to the single shot.
I got to remember when I'm working on a real estate video and I got to wait for that MLS number. I can't move stuff around the folders. I got to go back and find them. Got to leave them right where they're at, till I'm finished.
Well, they got
Had to go find them.
They even got motor caps now you can get for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about getting the blacks. I always had them on my other Avadas just to get the
Oh,
sand
those
out.
are cool looking. That's some color right there.
Yeah, I
Try to
think I'm gonna put the black on it though.
Get the color that matches your rib riders.
Right, orange.
Well, right now I got red, white, and blue, so the red would look all right. But I think I want the black because I want to print in orange. That's what I want. I want orange to match the orange in the front.
Chinese companies are already all over it. Look, they even got the bumpers on there for $10.
Yeah, they've got gimbal guards too for like $12 in
Now-
black
Yeah,
and red.
$10.
Now look at the
Yeah.
gimbal. Now look at the middle of that. It looks like they wire tie or cable
They
tied.
did.
it.
They
You see
zip
that?
tied
Yeah, it's
them
got a
on.
little wire holding them on.
Zip tie.
Yeah, yeah, it might be zip tied on, huh? That is a zip tie.
Yeah.
Problem
it looks
is,
like a
it
zip
won't
tie.
fit in the cases.
Yeah, see,
It only fit
I'm
in the
not
bag.
putting nothing. I'm not putting nothing on mine.
Watch when you keep going down, you'll see a gimbal in a minute. There's a
What
gimbal.
the hell is this?
That's a
Landing gear.
That's
yeah,
the sled.
That's to hold the battery in too. But it
That's the
knocks
sled.
knocks off.
The sled conversion. You can take it down the slopes.
Sled conversion.
Yeah.
That way you can Sonny Bono your drone into a tree.
Well, speaking.
It's for
speaking of
falling
knockoffs,
snowboarders.
Might as well ski it down the slope because you're not getting it off the ground with that much weight on it.
Mm.
I like those motor caps though. Those are pretty cool looking.
Yeah, speaking of knockoffs, that case I sent back, it's FPV Toski. I sent back yesterday because they put out another FPV Toski case. And it's a different style. I like it better. I got the shipping status. It's coming from someplace in China. So it's probably a knockoff. So I'll see when it gets here.
No, that's where most of the accessories are coming from anyway.
Yeah.
So I said you're paying $100 for a case that probably costs them $5 to make, if that.
No, I'm only paying 70.
Yeah, it's a nice case. I just can't bring myself to spend $100 on the case.
Make a
Which one
trip
does
to
this
China, you
start
get a
RC?
whole.
Yeah.
Just make yourself a trip to China and you can scoop up a bunch of accessories, probably $20.
Yeah,
American.
that's the ticket. It'll be cheaper to go to
Go,
China.
go
Somebody
on
call
Alibaba
Dennis.
and order a dozen of them, get them cheap, and then sell them in the US.
Say
That's what
call
what's
Dennis and tell him we need to place an order.
That's what what's his name was saying he was doing at one point. Robbie Gray. He said he was buying a bunch of that he found a bunch of cases from some Chinese manufacturer that was going to sell them to him for like $20 a piece.
Yeah, I haven't heard from him for a while.
It
Yeah, he
happens
did.
a lot on eBay. If you look at the stuff that is for sale on eBay for whatever price it is, you will find them on Alibaba, but they only sell them in bulk.
Yeah, the more you buy, the
People
cheaper
are
you get them.
ordering a load of them and then selling them on eBay.
Yep. And they give you better deals the more you buy too.
Yeah. Trouble is, Alibaba doesn't ship batteries. They sell LiPo batteries because I bought 3. Unfortunately, the seller said that Alibaba refused to ship them, so I got a full refund. So
Probably
I'm waiting.
something with the UK or something. Maybe you guys aren't
No,
allowed to.
it was the
Yeah.
shipping company that Alibaba use. So the seller in a message said that once I got the refund, they were going to see if they could find a different shipper and just buy it direct from them instead of going through Alibaba. But they haven't sent an answer yet.
Well, that's been what?
I've got the
months ago,
refund.
huh?
I have got the refund, but they haven't sent the what's it.
Where did Lance go?
So I might be looking for a different one.
He was on a call, I muted him.
Yeah.
I heard him talking, so just.
Because I was getting three batteries for £103. And I think they were something like 60 quid each over here.
The backdrop took longer than planned.
Where'd you go?
Oh, the guy came to check the kitchen for asbestos.
What'd he do? Walk over to the wall and wipe his finger across it and taste it? Yep, there's asbestos in there.
No, he had to do. He had to put some like thing over the wall, and then he pushed the thing and then turned it, and he took a sample out the wall.
Was it positive or not?
Negative.
Oh.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, he went
Except
out to his
left you with a hole in the wall.
No, they filled it. Left me with different coloured paint on the wall.
Just comes in and punches a hole through the wall. Yeah, it looks clear.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to take off. I gotta get ready and go get my son off the bus.
All right, catch you later, Andy. Nice talking to you.
Hey, Randy, stay care.
Adios.
All right, guys, I'll see you.
All right.
Only
Justin.
11:30. I'm pretty sure he's going to watch porn. What's up?
I showed my yeah. It's funny. I showed my son the video of me flying around the property the other day with the Avata, and I told him, I said, yeah, this shows you how big the property is. And he sat here and he watched it, and he looked over at me and he said, so what are you gonna do with that big property if you buy it? I said, I'm gonna get a zero turn. I'm gonna be Forrest Gump once a week. He said, now I could live there. He said, but it's too big for you. He said, I like it because I get away from everybody. I said, what do you think I want it for? Just to get away from everybody. You know, it's just, it would be nice. It would be nice. I'm gonna send you hold on, I'll send you the list.
I mean, your own massive garden to fly around, your own pond to fish in.
Yeah, they're asking $450 for it.
All it's missing is a pool.
Oh.
Or a hot tub.
Secret jet. So that's get to me.
You probably get it for $350.
I could probably talk him down to. I'm gonna send it to Justin so you can show it. I'll make it work, Justin. Let's see. He's just sent me the listing.
What do they
That's
got it
just-
listed for?
450. That's what he said he was gonna do. I just sent it to you, Joseph.
He's not here.
Well, it's easy. He'll be back.
I heard him as he went to mute his mic. He went, "Do your own dirty work."
Yeah, hold on a minute. Let's see. Hold on a minute. I can share it. Yeah, I got it. This is the front of the house. That's the driveway going to the front of the house. That's one of the aerial shots to see how far back it is, and you can't really see the house. And on the sides, on the right side is the Catholic church. On the left side is a big open field. In the back, there's a field, so there's nobody near you. You know, that's the little gazebo that needs to be power washed and cleaned up. That's the interior of the house. That's how big it is on the inside. That's upstairs. Yeah, so that's the kitchen. And like I said, I would go in, I would repaint the walls and paint the cabinets and get them a lighter color. That's the den area in the back with the that's a back. It's not even a den. It's more like a dining room den type thing.
I thought you said it needed a lot of work doing to it. It don't.
Oh, it does. I'm gonna show you where it needs to work.
It.
Dave's like I said, Dave's a good photographer. He's making this look a lot better than it is. And the floors, you can see the floors need buckle in there.
Yeah, but that's a nice
It's gonna-
room. Was that a
there's
southern
the-
facing window?
That's the floors buckling from the front.
Yeah, that
so-
needs work. But on that previous one, that one
Yeah,
bay
it looks
window,
good.
bay window was
The
that a
carpet-
south facing
Yeah, the
window in
carpets
there?
have got to come up. You see, the carpets are bad. You know.
Yep.
But look at the bathroom. I
Looks
love
like they
this
spent
bathroom.
money in the bathroom and didn't touch the carpet in the rest of the house.
Yeah, but look at the carpet. Now I haven't seen upstairs. This is upstairs.
Oh, I was
So-
gonna say that stairwell looked awesome.
Yeah, let me go back. Hold on. That's
Oh, I
going
love the
upstairs.
upstairs bath.
Yeah, so then that's one. That's the upstairs bath.
Yeah, I like that upstairs. Go back to
you
upstairs
see-
bath.
Yeah, the carpet's gonna need some. See, that's a
Yeah.
bedroom. That's what he was saying. The bedroom you go in, it's like a walk-in that they've made a bedroom, but you go to both sides.
Now that carpet just buckled. Is it new carpet that just needs stretched?
It probably needs stretched.
Yeah, I
But
was gonna
look-
say that
look at
bedroom
them.
just looked. It didn't look bad on the carpet. On the wear, it just looked like it needs stretched. It looked like it was buckling a bit.
And if you look back here, you can see that all this top, where the ceiling fans are, all that wood needs to be replaced. It's all buckling. It's water damage from being out so long, and it was from the roof that they replaced the roof, so it's probably leaking. You know. So that's the back. It goes back. You see, they got the chain link fence in the back. Then it goes to a link fence in the back, but the right side doesn't have a fence. They took it off. But that's
You
the
know, Joe,
pond.
I'm gonna kick my son out of the house soon. My wife and I can sell off the house here, and we can come move in with you.
Yeah. Oh Lord, help me. But that's the full property right there from the top.
Nice.
You know. And I
Anything in
just
that
have I've said the first cast I had, I caught a bass. And then I never got another hit on that lure. I changed the lure, threw it in, got a bass with a
I was
different
gonna say the
lure.
aerial shot looked like it has plenty of shade cover around it. It didn't look too much like it was algae ridden.
Oh no, it wasn't. They
Oh.
got the bass that I caught 5 of them in there. And the funny part, like I said, 5 different lures. When I caught one on the lure, they wouldn't hit it again. Yeah, I've never had that happen to me before. I mean, a 15, 16 casts and not another hit. I take it off, put a different lure out there, and caught a bass. On
I've
the
heard
first
of
cast.
I've heard of a smart ass, but not a smart bass.
It was smart bass, and
Maybe
but
there
that
was
look how big the
maybe there's
driveway is.
only one bass in there, and it just didn't. Every time you changed it, it thought it was a different thing.
No, it wasn't the same fish. It was different fish because they were different sizes. You know, and so, but you can see there's a lot of room you could put. If you want to put a boat on the other side, you want to put a SUV, like not an SUV, like a camper. You could fit a camper right over here.
Well, that's it. I mean, if it does need work doing to it and you can't live in it while the work's being done, just put an RV on the driveway and live there while they do the work.
It looks like it's got plenty of livable space that you could live in it while it was being worked on.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
you
telling
just do
you.
one part of the house at a time.
Yeah.
But that's nice. I like that. And what he wants for it is
You
$450.
just don't move in a bunch of furniture. Just a
He wants
mattress and
$450 for that?
$450 for everything. I have a
Holy
feeling it's
crap.
not going to last
Tell them
long.
how many acres it's on.
4.5.
4.5 acres and the house.
I could sell my house and pretty much get that right now.
Right there. And look at the fishing pond, how big the fishing pond is. It goes from up, I caught all the fish right up in this area. This goes around, this is an island right here, but you can't get to it right now. It's overgrown because the bridge they built for it's all falling apart. So this actually goes all around like this.
Oh,
and it's about 3 feet less than it's supposed to be because the well water that goes into it, the pump's not working.
Oh no,
So if they had the pump working, they'll fill right back up.
You clear that island off and build a nice gazebo out there.
Oh, that's what I would do. I'd have that thing to where I could go sit out there and fish off the island because I could throw all the way across to here and catch and put. I'd probably put them all back, you know, just to keep catching them. But I would clear all of this would come down. I would get rid of all of this right here, from like all of that, all of this, all of this. I leave these, but all of this for sure is going. I'd probably see what I could thin out right here. This right here has got to go. These are pine trees up here that are about 180 feet. They would have to come down, you know. But I would actually might even clear these right here. Oh, that might even clear. I might even clear that one. But just I'd leave this right here because it's nice. It looks nice, and I'd probably take this area back here and clear it up.
That one big ass tree in the front there looks like it's dead or dying.
Which one?
The one that looks real white.
Right here?
No, the other one too.
This one?
Yeah, that one looks like
Yeah,
it's
that one's
partially
definitely
dead.
dying. That one has to come down. But I take all of these right here because you see right here when you come in off the garage, this right here is like a office or a den, and all of this shit right here is blocking the view. So you take all of this down and all of this right up in front. I wouldn't want anything right here. I'd want to be able to look straight out.
If you want anything by the driveway, you do nice square hedges all the way around. That would look
I'd
nice.
have this thing cleared, at least this whole section right here cleared out, so that if I'm sitting here on the computer, I could be sitting here right here and I could do this and look and see all the way to the front. That's what I want to see, you know? So it's just going to be, this is how I look at it. I'm expecting to hear an answer this month. I said, Lord, if that's my property, it's going to happen, you know? I'm not going to go crazy if somebody buys it, you know?
Is it a crazy
you know,
deal though? Like, is that considered really good around there, or is that kind of average?
That's probably right at the high end around there.
Okay, because I was
if
gonna
you-
say
if
if
you-
it's a
if you-
good deal, it's gonna probably go quick.
It's probably right at the high end. And when they look at it and they see, because the pictures look better than inside. I'm telling you, he's a good photographer.
How far outside
Because-
town is it?
About 10 miles. If you go right down the street, about a mile down the street to going back toward town, all of a sudden you got pastures and cows. You got cows right there. So it's country. It's in the country.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have pastures with cows in them out there. You know, so and all of the, it looks like dead grass. That's not missing grass. That's grass that's cut on top of the grass. Right there. So
They
once
came in
that's
and
all
brush hogged it and laid it down. It's dying.
Yeah, once all that stuff
Mulch.
gets sucked up in, off of it, that grass is gonna come back. But it probably needs to be, it hasn't been taken care of for 2 years.
So
mean, it's-
my guess is it was overgrown. They came in and yeah.
It was up to, he said it was over his knees. He said it took him 3 cuts to get it down to where he could cut it. And I think he cut it too low.
Mm.
I think he cut it too low. I think he needed to give about another inch to it. So once it starts coming
that's
back,
the thing
you
with
can.
grass. You don't want to
you can
shock it
fix
too much.
Yeah,
when you're
that's
cutting
what I
that
think
much
he
off
did.
of it.
That's
That's
what I
just
think
going
he
to give
did.
your weeds a chance to get a head start because it's going to stunt your grass because it's going to be shocked.
Yeah.
And gives your weeds a chance to pop up.
But I'd walk around there with a little bunch of ribbons or something, and I start just putting ribbons around shit that's got to go. To say, okay, I get a guy comes in and does trees. I'll say, anything with a red ribbon on, take it down, get it out of here.
You're gonna be spending some money there.
Yeah, but
Trees
see,
cut
like I
down ain't
said,
cheap.
if the Marine Corps comes in with what they're asking for, it don't matter.
Oh shit! Any of the ones that aren't near the house, just do yourself.
See,
The
I'm
ones that
thinking
are near
over
the
by
house.
The little ones I take down myself.
I'm thinking over by the water. Clear out a couple of those. Get your room to hang a hammock right there by the pond.
Oh,
Yeah,
that hammock is going to be on his island.
Easy picking for those gators in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a sack of meat
No.
hanging from the tree.
Oh boy, a burrito.
Yeah.
You know why it won't be easy picking? Because I'd be laying on here, and next to me would be a couple of guns. So all I gotta do is hear one, and guess what? We're gonna have gator tonight. Because on private property, you can kill them. So I wouldn't need a gator tag. It's like open season.
I can see
Because he's a
Joe just
nuisance.
going ape shit with a 12 gauge every little twig he hears break.
Oh hell no.
Yeah. Well, Joe, if you're allowed to kill them for being a nuisance on your property, that pond might be a good place to raise a bunch of little nuisances and just harvest.
You're right. But that pond is full of bass, full of big old turtles. And I might have to learn how to do turtle soup. Because I've never had it before, but I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah, I've heard there's like 4 or 5 different types of meat on a turtle.
Yeah, I heard it's pretty good. So I might have to start doing some turtle soup.
Like
And
I would
then,
be willing to try it, but just that's at the same time, turtle soup just sounds gross.
Yeah, I don't know if I even make the soup. I'd find out how to make like turtle nuggets,
But I would try it at least once.
Yep. Make a little pen, get some chickens. There's your eggs sorted out.
Well, if anything, you
Oh.
want to have somebody come in that's very familiar on how to cook it. And have them
You know,
do it
it's not
for
about cooking it; it's about getting that can open.
you.
You see this right here? You see this area right here I'm highlighting? If you take all these trees out right here, and you put all right here, and you put a chicken coop back here, you could have your eggs, right? Have all your eggs. You could take this section right here, because this is, like I said, this is 4.5 acres, so this is a
See,
good
Joe's
30
talking
by
like he's
30
got
feet
all
here.
kinds of plans, but he's just going to set up in that one room and 3D print little fucking ducks flipping you off.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
But
You've
I
got
would-
to get
I would
fucking-
He's like, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this here, and he'd just sit there printing out his little ducks.
Yeah, someplace back here.
Are they only little turtles?
If I fenced like this off right here to where the dogs can run in, that's fenced off, right? And then on the other side of this fence, from here to here, I could put a garden and have a hell of a garden. A hell of a garden right
Yeah,
here.
now you're getting over ambitious. Relax
Yeah.
yourself.
Joe's going to be working his
When you
ass
say
off,
garden,
sunrise
you
to
mean
sunset.
I'm gonna be on here and I'm gonna come back on here and I'm gonna be
That
down to about
pond's gonna be-
180 pounds. And I'm gonna grow a beard. I'm gonna look like Chris Hope. Like
He's
Donald.
gonna be all nice and buff. He's gonna be just fresh as daisy from eating vegetables that he's growing himself. Raised
Donald,
bed
that-
garden, though, Joe.
That pond's gonna be full of plastic ducks flipping you off.
yeah, I'll have a bunch of plastic ducks out there. But hey, you don't know. It's sometimes things fall in your lap, And
It's a nice
I don't
looking
know.
property, especially
It-
for the price. There are,
Yeah, for the-
like you said,
Now,
there are
how
a few
much-
things on the interior that need work, but
Yeah,
And-
once you
and-
go over it, how much you think just by looking at it now you would have to put into it.
Well, walking around there and seeing, being right next to everything and seeing what needed to be done, like the tile floors, let's go back to them. The tile floors look good.
Oh, the bathroom looks like it was just done.
Yeah, and they got a brand new roof.
The buckled
okay?
wood floor is going to be your biggest issue.
Yeah, this looks good.
Oh yeah, the kitchen looks nice.
The kitchen looks nice. I would.
Kitchen needs paint job.
I would paint it. I would paint it.
Leave the old school phone on the wall. That's got to stay.
So
that adds
I got to leave that
character.
there. But I would take all of this right here, and that would have to be like a grayish, either a gray or a white. I'd probably do gray, like
repaint the cabinets.
Well, they would have to be, because if you look on the side there, you definitely can see they're scratched up.
Yeah.
But if they're real wood, you can always get them sanded down and repainted.
No, hell with that. You paint them, make them. You can paint them and make them look better.
Yeah.
All it is, if I would do this like in a eggshell, or like this in an eggshell, and do this in a gray, or offset, would look pretty nice.
Looks like pretty
Look
new
pretty nice.
appliances.
You know, and I'm a Martha Stewart kind of guy. I would take all of this stuff here and paint it like, I might even leave this right here because it look. I might even leave this now because of the look.
Creepy on the wall.
This
I like the
might
bookshelves
be,
in the background.
Yeah, this might be.
I love
bright,
the picture on the wall,
like a bright orange.
The picture's creepy.
Like that, or bright yellow.
Oh, that picture would stay.
You know, that picture's got. That picture's the first thing gone.
That's the one.
If that picture's the first thing gone, I want it. Send it.
That's the one haunted object in the house. That's why it was left on the wall.
Yeah, because when I looked at this the other day, the lights weren't on, and I said, "Yeah, I'd have to paint it, but I'd leave it." I think I'd leave it like that.
Yeah, I'm like thinking all my books I got rid of, I'd have room for them again.
And this is the main living room area, right? I would definitely take the wood here and paint it a color, and then change the top.
South-facing window there, right, Joe?
Tone.
That is a north-facing window.
Is that a north-facing window?
That's north.
Looks like the sun's coming right down in it.
Yeah, north. That's north-facing. Yeah, because the south is the opposite of the fish
looks
pond.
like
South.
it's coming in on an angle. If you look at the light on the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah. It was at.
Joe.
It was 11. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That's 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right.
So it's still overhead, but not all the way.
Okay.
Joe.
Yeah.
Joe.
But you see the buckle in here. That's got to go. This is all missing right here. And actually, they're coming in. They got the extra tile. They're going to come in and replace all of that.
I was going to say, is that the?
That's laminate. All laminate.
Yeah, it can't be real wood if it's buckling that bad.
Yeah, they got water because over here there's an air conditioner that leaked in. You know, but my son said that thing's too big for you, and he got and the grandfather clock probably staying. I'd have the grandfather clock working if it's working.
I ain't even gonna lie. That looks like the start of a haunted house right there.
Yeah, are they selling that with the grandfather clock? You just left it there.
Well, I think it's gonna. I think if I said, "Hey, I want the clock," he'd leave it. You know.
Isn't it an estate situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they
it's
had
a
an estate sale and
his.
sold everything in it. I'd have a carpet guy come in and look at this stuff because you see it's all stained. I'd probably go ahead and say, you know what?
Yes.
I'd probably because this is the bedroom.
Okay.
Downstairs bedroom.
Yeah.
I'd probably take it up.
Right.
Yo.
I've listened to you for long enough now, but you've missed the one important bloody project.
You tell me what it is.
You've got all that land, and you've not decided to build an airport for your drones.
Oh no, that's gonna be done.
Now
those things are cleared. I'm gonna have a big
helicopter pad. Yeah.
Oh, it's got even the railings for you, Joe. Look, so you can get in and out of the tub safely.
Where's the fingers? There you go. But I like that. I really do like this.
Yeah, if you actually look, it's got a Zimmer frame parking zone as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they paid somebody to come in and redo the bathrooms, and they didn't touch the rest of the house.
Yeah, but
That's a lot
look
of
at all
bloody
this, look at all this, all the closet space. All that opens
Yeah,
up in
that
the closet space.
carpet definitely needs to be replaced. It looks like years of ass dragging across that carpet.
Justin
Yeah,
hasn't
the
seen
more,
that many closets since he came out.
yeah,
Now,
the
does
more
that-
I look at the wood, I'd probably leave the wood and just get
Is
a
it
different
just-
paint job.
I heard
Right?
it, David. I don't want you to think your joke went unappreciated.
Now, is that just the angle of the stairs you got, or do they get narrower the higher they go?
That's just the angle.
Just the angle.
Yeah. Because I didn't even walk upstairs. You know.
That'd be pretty annoying. You start carrying something up at the bottom, and you get to the top, and you can't get it through.
Yeah,
That's
see,
only one bathroom upstairs.
That looks
That's
outdated.
huge.
And look at the roof right there.
Yeah.
Where the sunroof is. You see that? The
Yeah, that
skylight.
thing. Well, like I said, I don't have to worry about it. I'm never going to use it.
That bathroom definitely needs to be redone because that does not match the other bathroom.
Yeah, I would never use it. And guess what?
You know what?
If it's good enough for them, I'm good enough with it.
They probably
worry about it later.
didn't. Well, they probably didn't redo that one because it was probably an older couple living there, and they only used the
Yeah.
one bathroom. And that one probably never got used. It just sat there empty, so they didn't bother redoing it.
Yeah.
It wasn't an older couple. It was just the guy who's
It
selling it.
No, it was the older couple. It was their in-laws. But you set this up, you put yourself a good barbecue back here. And, you know, you get a good stainless steel barbecue back here. You come out, you never use your stove. You cook outside all the time. I mean, yeah, this right here would be, if you took and fenced it right around this to where the dogs can go out, I'd actually give them grass on this side and then fence this so they'd have all of this. Yeah, and I'd go all the way to maybe to fence with it. That way they can I wouldn't get it close to the pond for snakes, you know. But I'd take this back area right here and I'd have me look like a garden my dad put in. But I could have a good time out here. Cause see, this could be my retirement, you know. Yeah, that could be the retirement, because I'm at the point where I'm maybe 1 year away from stopping doing football and all that other crap.
Yeah, you know.
And the only thing it's going to be the factor is the money that comes in. If that money comes in right with the Marine Corps, I'm done. I'll do the press work where I'll go shoot the games, you know, just to have the atmosphere and to do the stuff they want me to do. But that's only a couple of days a week, you know. And I'd only be shooting the varsity games. I wouldn't be doing all the freshman stuff and everything else.
This is going to be Joe after he gets his money. All right, watch this. Ready?
It'll be Forrest Gump. Go ahead.
Oh, let me mute this. There you go. My house before winning the lottery. After.
Yeah.
Didn't do shit to the house, bought all that.
Yeah. I'm more worried about a place to live and to enjoy, you know. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool. But we just have to see, you know. Yeah, they're looking. It's 2.5 baths, 5 bedrooms, 3,042 square foot home. And where's the acreage? Gotta say acreage somewhere. 4.32 acres. That's what it is. Private well for filling the pond, built in the 80s. Okay, that's how old the house is. The dining room is 416 square feet. The kitchen is 340 square feet. Yeah. It says, this is a blank canvas waiting for your inspiration.
That is a lot of house for one person, though. But good luck with that if you get it.
I got 3 dogs.
And they're all getting
I'm just talking
they're
about
all getting their own ensuite bedroom.
I'm just talking about keeping it clean and everything. God knows, man.
Okay. Estimated annual taxes. You ready for this? How much you think?
$2,000 a year.
I was
What?
going to say about 4.
This is on 4.5 acres in the house. Estimate annual taxes,
500 a year.
$542 a year.
Yeah.
I was thinking New York, sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
California.
when you said $2,000, I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
That's $2,000 a month in California, sorry.
Yeah. Yep. It's got shingle and asphalt roof, slab foundation, traditional, multiple attics. Oh Lord help me!
I
This is
would
spook house.
definitely have
This
those.
is a spook house.
Yeah.
It has what, Joe?
Multiple attics. They can hide all the bodies.
Oh, I thought you said multiple murders. I was like, yeah,
So-
it kind of looked like that.
So, Joe,
Yeah.
if you have multiple attics, that means you're gonna have to keep one of them completely empty except for a little baby doll sitting over in the far corner.
There will never be, even when my granddaughter comes over, there will never be a baby doll in that house. That's what I'm telling you. There's no baby dolls allowed. I'm gonna have a sign.
And I'm talking
Well,
like a porcelain
the baby
face
doll
baby
90s.
doll, perfectly done hair.
Oh,
know
my mother,
there'd be
my
two
mother
dolls
had
in
a
them
set
closets.
of Children of the Corn dolls. That's
No,
what they look like.
with that big of a house and Joe being by himself, we got to get a bunch of like, little machines and set them up around to make random tapping on the walls and shit. Drive them
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, just put some solenoids in the wall.
Yeah,
Tap,
some
tap, tap.
All I'm
servos.
gonna tell you is I start hearing tapping on walls, we're gonna have holes in the wall.
Set some servos up all around the house with little.
So the only baby dolls allowed in there are going to be the baby doll 90s on your guests.
That's about right. I tell you what, that one area I could put a studio in. I could put a studio on the side instead of making it office.
And that's a big.
Oh.
That looks like a nice long spot. You get some good distance. Get a long lens in there.
A lot of quiet.
No, what you do is you take one of those attics you got and you turn that into a cool office and put a nice window in there.
You don't
get
even
a
know if
nice
the
view.
attics are anything you can walk in.
Yeah, I think one of them is a walk-in.
Okay.
That's what it said. One will walk in, walk up. So, be right back.
I didn't see any stairways to go up into an attic.
Yeah, but some of the attic things you can pull down and then the stairs come down when you pull it
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
That's
well,
what
I mean,
ours has.
that's how ours do as well.
That's the way ours is in the garage. You pull it down and a ladder comes down. Kind of like Christmas Vacation. We have one just like he had in the movie.
I mean, me and my dad put loft insulation, a plastic membrane, loft insulation, and then plasterboard, and loft insulation and floorboarding to turn my attic into a storeroom.
I remember when I was like 14, I was helping my uncle. We were clearing out the attic in his bungalow, and I didn't realize you couldn't step on the drywall in the attic. I went right through the roof, right through the ceiling, right into the room below. And he goes, "Oh, it's no big deal." He goes, "I was about to have all the drywall redone in here anyway." So luckily he wasn't pissed about it. But I didn't know that. I didn't realize I'd never been in the attic before. And he was like, "Go up there and grab that box." I went up there by myself to grab it. And I stepped on the drywall, went right through.
Yeah, I think that door by all those closets was a walk through to the attic. That's the only door I saw upstairs. That looked like it could be. It might
Oh,
be
nice
you walk
creepy
right into
door.
it.
With stairwell to
Oh,
go
I'll
up
tell
there.
you what. If I got a
Yeah.
door in a bedroom, and if I had a bedroom with a door that walked into the attic, I'd have that thing. We wouldn't have an attic. I'd close it. I'd have a freaking couple of boards
All of a
across.
sudden you see that door just open up at nighttime.
Oh, I'm telling you, remember I told you about the 2-story house we lived in? It looked like a freaking Addams Family house. We were in there. So when my mama told my dad one time when they got in an argument, and she jumped up, knocked 2 teeth out, and said, "Threaten me again, I'll kill you in your sleep, like that. And I was laying there one night and my closet door just went, opened up. I was out the room. So any kind of doors, I got stuff in front of.
Joe would be so easy to scare during Halloween.
Oh, no, Halloween don't happen in my house. No.
Just come in his house and set up little dolls everywhere.
I'm not afraid of movies like if it's something that could happen, hell no.
No, I got to get the FPV guys to get a doll and put some servos in there so the head moves, and I go put it in Joe's house. He walks
I'm not
in,
gonna
just
give you
turns
that
around
rest.
and looks at him.
But you see, also in the front, you put a couple of you get that gazebo, a couple of nice picnic tables up front where the gazebo's at, and the family come over. And we could have barbecues and stuff. Or if Johnny comes over, we can go out there by the picnic tables and have a launch pad and fly them and everything.
A couple of eyes in that grandfather clock that follow you around the room.
Oh hell no! That has got
Yeah, we're gonna keep creeping Joe out until he get. And then the first night,
anything creepy gotta go.
That freaking picture on the wall, I'm telling you, that's the one haunted object they left in the house. That's why they didn't take it.
Every once in a while, this crazy Google bitch I got will say, "I didn't understand what you said. Now unplug it for a while."
Yeah, mine does that.
Yeah.
Like
It says, I didn't understand what you said. That's it. Unplug.
Yeah.
My Google keeps disconnecting itself and saying it can't do anything until you redo the app. So you just unplug it and plug it back in again.
Yeah. Mine goes off at like 3 a.m. and goes, sorry, I can't help with that yet. I'm like, the fuck?
3 o'clock is like the time, right? For like they say for paranormal shit.
No,
so
midnight.
that means there's a ghost asking your Google something or another at 3 o'clock in the morning.
No, paranormal's midnight, isn't it? Midnight till 1 ghost.
No, they say 3 o'clock is like, was it that's a sign of the devil or something, like devilish type shit. It's 3 in the morning.
Well, I'll have to tell Laura to pack it in then.
Okay, stop talking about that shit.
Watch. If Joe gets that property the first night he's in that house, he's gonna be thinking back on this conversations and be like, fucking looking around.
I wake up a lot of nights at 3:16, 3:33 in that neighborhood.
And we're
Next
all
time
right.
my dog barks at 3 in the morning and somebody getting shot.
333 is only a small devil. It's only half size.
And by the way, Joe, you can't really kill a ghost with a shotgun, so
but you can try.
It's not going to help you.
You can try though.
Somebody mute Justin.
We've just had a shooting over here. A house was broken into, and the farmer's picked up his gun, blew one of them away, killed him, shot the other one, and the other one escaped, but the police have caught him. But the farmer's been arrested for murder and attempted murder.
Why? He was breaking in.
Yeah,
we don't have the same laws as you.
Oh, we don't even have to have them. They don't even have to be in your house. They just kick the door and you just blow them through the door.
If a burglar in your house
that's great, isn't it?
Injures himself, he can sue you.
Yeah, over
so
here.
That's great, right?
They don't do that.
Somebody kicks your door, you blow them away, and then you open the door and the guy's on the floor going, Amazon delivery. Oh.
Well, I'm saying there was a couple of kids. There was that TikTok challenge going around for a while. You remember when the kids were going up to people's doors and kicking the shit out of them to that song? It was a song that you would play and then you would kick the door to the beat of the song. And one of the kids, there was 2 kids that got shot through a door because somebody thought they were trying to break into their house. I was like, that's what you fucking get going up to some random person's door, kicking their fucking door. Like, I feel a little bad for the kids, but at the same time, it's like you shouldn't have done that. Like, it's stupid. Especially in states that you know that that's legal. Like, Florida and Texas are not the states to go up and start kicking someone's door.
Do you want to know how much bad luck Laura has? She's been waiting all week to catch the Northern Lights. Yeah, monitoring the apps, right? And he's not been close to being able to see where she was. They've set off back. and it's just flagged up red. You can see them. Just not to be, Laura.
Well, wouldn't she have a better shot of seeing him if she was in Scotland?
Technically,
farther
yes.
north, right?
And she was supposed to be in
Yeah.
Scotland from today.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, she was meant to go to Scotland today, but it's been moved till later in the year.
Well, what time she get back?
In about 2.5 hours, 3 hours.
So they're on the road now, or what?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That means her mom's being moved.
No, her mum's already here.
She was first in the
Oh.
chat this morning.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, her mum was supposed to be moved at about 3 o'clock, I think, or 4. But they got to the hospital. What they normally do, they go to the hospital, have food, and then go up and see her. But as they got to the hospital, they saw the ambulance packing her up. So they got lucky to see her.
That's good. She's already back, and
Yeah. But they went back to the caravan, packed up, and run away.
that's good. Sure, she's gonna be excited to see you.
Maybe, maybe not.
As much as you guys give each other shit, I'm sure she'll be happy to see you. She ain't seen you in weeks. It's been what, 3 weeks now, hasn't it?
3 weeks. Nearly.
She'll be going through the house going, "You've not done that. You've not done that."
Yeah. Actually, no, the first thing she's going to do is go into the bedroom and go, "What have you done?"
Wait till she finds out that light fixture he fucking decided to punch.
Yeah.
So they ended up fixing that, right?
Yeah. And I didn't punch it, I hung off it.
I mean,
That's
your
it.
natural reaction though, when you're in any situation and you're falling, you're gonna grab for anything, even
Yeah.
if you know that that's not a good thing to
there when
grab.
you're swinging from the chandelier, though.
Well, technically, I wasn't swinging. I was trying to paint, and my body went, "Nah, you're too high. You need to be down there."
Well, like I said, no matter what, even if you know something's not good to grab onto, if you go to fall, you're gonna grab at it anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just your natural reaction is to grab whatever you can.
Yeah.
Did you put a big old hole in the ceiling, or did it just break the glass?
No, it just pulled the. It was actually the wire and the socket that came down.
Oh, okay.
There's a few sparks,
Mm.
but I don't know if that was the flash of my head hitting the floor or the actual light switch.
Yeah, you're good. Good thing it didn't start an electrical fire.
It will be the light, because there is a permanent live to all lights. Even when they're switched off, there's still a live to them.
Yeah, but they sorted it.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy. Huh.
Here you go. Let me find this. What is that? Where is it's not on it.
Oh God, cool cat. You said you need to play Tiny Tim's Tiptoe Through the Window, or Tiptoe Through the Tulips for Joe's new house.
That would be done. Never will be played in that house. That's some scary shit.
That's actually been played in a few horror movies too, right before the killer came in.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah. It was a trend on TikTok for a while.
Yes. There's one weird guy, I'll tell you that.
Nah.
I'll get out the ukulele if I have to.
Yeah, do it.
What you really need is a little sensor that plays a sound, does the gremlin sound. So every time he turns the corner, it goes, wow.
Joe's on there. He's like, let me go on Zillow and find a house a little closer to civilization.
Or what was it? The song that Gizmo
Change my mind.
from Gremlins, the little song that Gizmo would sing.
Yeah. And every time he turns the garbage disposal, the garbage thing on your sink, yeah, it goes, yeah.
Joe, I got a nice channel you can watch on YouTube that shows you all the ghost footage.
Actually, it'd be better if it was just a bunch the most ridiculous ghost things that you could come up with. So garbage disposal turns out on, instead of saying get out, it says, ow, my dick.
What was that?
Leave it down.
What was that movie recently where the kids were fucking with the neighbor and then he ended up killing himself at the end of the movie? They went into his house and they actually did that, like where they put like smart switches on his lights and all this shit, and they were flipping
I have
stuff
no
off
idea.
and on. Oh, what movie
I don't
was
have a
that?
clue.
I just watched not too long ago.
Never heard of it.
Hold on, let me see
Okay,
if
I
I can
give up.
find it.
Hmm.
Oh, it was The Good Neighbor. That was a pretty trippy movie. What it is that these teenage kids are doing like this experiment, and they decide to mess with this guy, and his wife had recently passed away, so they go over to his house and put like all the smart shit all over his house so they can control his lights and everything while he's gone. Then he comes back and they start fucking with him, turning the lights off and on, and his radio and all this other shit in his house. But at the end, he ends up fucking killing himself. It's a pretty trippy movie. It was 2019 movie, I think. Or
This sounds like a
2016.
remake of Dennis the Menace.
Yeah, but just more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was 2016 when it came out. But then the kids end up going to court at the end of it and getting charged with some, I think, murder or something.
Involuntary manslaughter.
Yeah, because they kind of drove him insane.
That's the link I stuck in the chat is the drone video. I was trying to share it, but for some reason it's not showing it to me to share. So I don't know. And it's just like 2 minutes and 20 seconds. And when I go underneath the pond and everything, you can see how big the trees are. That big oak tree. I'd leave that big oak tree. That would stay. I'd maybe trim it down a little bit. But the other trees around there would have to go.
You better get some squirrels.
And that's
So-
epidemic, so it's
Yeah.
clean.
So I'll turn the music off because
Make it full screen.
I actually went
There
20
you go.
seconds in to take the address off, but Joe.
Yeah.
It don't
Yeah,
matter.
Joe,
Paul,
yeah,
Paul isn't
It's going to be at the
monetized.
end too.
It don't matter. He posted this. I'll figure out where this house is. Don't worry about it. I'll just Google search the image.
I'm just saying Paul isn't monetized, so they can't get any money off him anyway.
Yeah, it's epidemic sound.
Yeah, I'll get. Don't worry, Joe. I'll Google Image search this later. I'll find out where
Well,
this
you can
house
do
is.
it. It's all right. You know, like I said, if it's meant to be, if I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. You know, it's not. I'm not worried about it. But that one big oak tree right there, I'd leave it. The other trees around it, I'd thin out a little bit. But all this in the front of the house would have to go.
Yeah,
take
one
that-
tree looks dead as hell right there.
yeah, just
Yeah,
take
it's
the
probably
tree
got
out
some
and
dead
that's your
spots in
land.
it. It's coming up.
Yeah, take your tree out and that's your landing pad.
Yeah, I'd have me something set up by that gazebo where I'd have a landing pad built. with
Is
a big
that
H on it.
asphalt?
That's asphalt. That's the only bad. That's another thing I don't like, but
You
it works.
Well, you could always have some gravel laid over top of it. Just,
And watch these little twigs all of a sudden when I come through right here. Right here.
Sarah's in the chat. What's up,
I
Sarah?
went right through it. Bam. I went right through twigs right there.
What's up, Corey?
Oh, there's a croc.
Sarah
But you
Corey.
can see that's a big oak tree.
Oh, there's already a gazebo out there. I didn't see that before.
Yeah, there's a little bit of gazebo.
What kind of shape is that thing in?
A couple of boards are bad, but it looks like it's okay. But the boards are loose, where somebody's kicked it or something, or a raccoon ran through it. Something.
So it sucks about
Sarah.
gazebos. If you don't keep up on them, man, they'll rot pretty quickly.
Yeah, he's going out there and pressure wash everything now.
All right. I'm gonna jump off. I'm gonna make a couple calls. Catch y'all later.
All right, catch you later.
All right, see you later.
Yeah, I'm gonna go make
Yeah.
dinner before Laura gets in.
Yeah, I got to figure something to eat too, so we're about to jump.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're muted.
Can't hear you, Paul.
Yeah. What Paul said is David's called it. It's time to go.
Yeah.
Catch you later. Bye.
No, he can't have said bye because he didn't switch off before he finished it.
Yeah.
He did.
Unmute. Okay, David's called it. Okay, let's
Yeah.
end it.
Catch you later, guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay, everybody. We'll
I'm gonna
see
go
you
fly
later
my
today.
drones.
Bye
Yeah,
bye.
guys
see you
later.
later.